I can't believe I haven't found anything yet. There have been thousands of makers before me. You'd think one of them would have fiddled around with the soul before.
It feels like everyone and everything around me remembers where they've come from better than I do. But the only memory I'm concerned about is that of the storms. Where do they come from? And where do they go?
Honestly, I'm trying to make more friends. Some I can only hear. But they'll be here soon enough. After all, that's what summoning's for, isn't it? I'd love it if you could be my friend too.
The thing is, I can't help but wonder. Without all of those pieces, even just one or two, who would you become? And the people for whom those pieces are gone, who have lost the parts of themselves that magic has decreed one small piece of a whole, what happens to them?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Session 11, our penultimate episode of Fraying Threads, meaning after this one, we just have some dev scenes on our week off and then the finale. Anyway, hi, I'm Mare. I use they, she pronouns. I am your game master for the evening. And as always, as we do every week, we are going to go around, say, hey, hi, who you are, who you're playing, your character sentence, and any downtime you would like to mention. Since Victor is doing the recap, we're going to start with Gena and go clockwise.
Hi, I'm Gena. That's she, her. I play Sophrona, she, her, who is an established... You'd think I would get this right.
You can do it.
No, I'm gonna look this up. I can't remember. An established ardent of the Order of the Vance who is adored by the sea. What she did in downtime, she mostly did research actually on our Dremta angel friend. Found a bunch of things. Friend. Found a bunch of things, some of which we are going to cover today, but most notably, she found that Dremta had taken the stolen shard from Frankie and embedded it into the hilt of a sword. She told Lace this and brought some nice cookies over to Lace. What else did I do? Oh, I also advanced to the 3rd degree. Hey. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the important stuff that we did that's not going to come up today. Rest will come up later.
All right, Kian. I said we were going clockwise.
I know, I'm sorry, and I wasn't looking at the overlay. Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. You can find me on Twitter at uptight_chiffon. I am playing Aspen Thane, who is a connected gallant of the Order of Makers who walks with a secret companion. Aspen also did research during downtime, which I don't think has ever happened before. Aspen is typically not a research person, but turning over a new leaf because, they're trying to be a better person. So they looked into a lot, so I have to go back and look at my notes. What all did I look into? I know, I really did. I asked so much of Mare. Basically, I tried to do research on everything related to what we are trying to navigate now, with Dremta, with Tweak, with Atticus, with Thara, and also I asked William, my housemate, hopefully forever.
No, he kicked you out after this week. You are not...
I'm going to bribe him again.
Nope, you are... you had one more week. You are home.
I gave a lovely, heartfelt gift. William should let me live there for forever.
No, you are... He gave you some leeway. You had one more week. You are out after this week.
Disrespectful. No, William is too good. I know. William was too good to Aspen.
He's like, you need to stand on your 2 damn feet now. Go.
I know. Aspen does not want to. Basically, I started looking into kind of all of the different things that were on the conspiracy board, and what we already know, Aspen, again, confirmed for themselves that nothing seems to be connected, and it's very hard to find this information. But I did also talk to Yi Moon, who is the angel that helped Thara after we brought them. What pronouns does Thara use?
She, they.
after we brought them to the hospital. And so while Yimun was healing her, I asked, because Yimun indicated, where was the exact thing? That they were familiar with the body horror that had been inflicted upon Thar. They were familiar with that particular spell, and that it was meant to be cast under certain conditions in order to fulfill a specific objective, and seemed a little bit put off by it. So I just outright asked if it was the emissary, and Yimun confirmed that yes, this is sort of like the trademark of the emissary who has done this before. Kind of gave me a little backstory on that. Basically, bro went off the rails and took things a little too intensely, which will definitely come up. I'll fill in the team on the rest of that. But that's pretty much it. I spent some time reorganizing my home, trying to like make visual attempts at being like, I am trying to change things. So all of the, 3 a.m. bedroom reorganization panics that we have all done before. Aspen was doing several of those this last week. That was it.
Gilly.
So Lace spent the vast majority of the week just like, I don't think moping or sulking is the right word, but just like being pathetic
Sad
is
girl
really
hours.
the vibe. It was sad girl hours. And then Ray came over, short Ray to be clear, my friend who works in bringing people over from Shadow, and we had a scene, please see dev scene when it is released next week. But spoilers, it did make her feel a little better and at least more intentional about what next steps are, because I think part of Lace's problem was that it all just felt very hopeless and like she accomplished the thing that she set out to do, but that it just didn't matter. And so she talked to Ray, who gave them some ideas about what could happen next, including a trip to what sounds like a really cool, if slightly dangerous, library. And so Lace's plan is to suggest that the group go to this library on account of the fact that apparently it's like possible to get lost in there and die. Or I guess have descendants who then wander the library for eternity. Yeah, right? That was pretty much my reaction too. Right? Like Vic's face is my face. Exactly. We also talked a little bit about this was all in pursuit of like what is the end goal here, which Lace had a conversation with Short Ray about, and Lace has pretty much determined that like the options are either maybe I should do this in character,
Yeah, let's do it in character. Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it in character.
Yeah, let's.
But basically, we were talking about the end game, is what we were talking about. And then additionally, Sephrona came over and made me cookies, and that was really nice. And then she told me that Frankie's shard was in a sword, which was not nice. So yeah, thanks, I hate it is the real response to that. But the cookies were good. I demanded photo evidence of the cookies, and it was provided to me.
And last but not least, Victor.
Hello, all. So, you've heard our downtimes. I'm gonna give you a little bit of backstory. Reminder of what happened last week. Lace, in her despair, met with W. Ray, Small Ray, and let them know about the situation so that she could feel more supported, more help. We are excited about it. And then Sephrona finally went to the community gardens, which once housed her favorite botanical store.
Yeah, plant nursery.
There you go. That's the word. And got to do their own morning of the place. It's joyful to save people, but also the things that change still hurt. And she got to spend time with Emery, who is a bit of a he's wild, isn't he?
He is literally a bisexual disaster. He's a fucking mess.
I like it.
I love him, but he's a mess.
And then Ray and Aspen met up. Ray, because he can't sleep, he was struggling with sleep, and wanted to hang out with his friend. Sorry, 1 second.
I will say it's important to include realism in TTRPGs, especially for the bisexual disasters amongst us. So I, for one, appreciate it.
Such a mess. Are you muted? You're still muted.
I am so sorry about that.
It's okay.
Okay.
You couldn't sleep.
Yeah, Ray and Aspen hung out. Aspen had heard the rumors that Ray had spent time with Adistrea and misgave the rumors for going on a date, which then inspired Ray to go on a date with Adistrea. So that's downtime. So sorry. But Ray encouraged Aspen to heal how he wanted and to be angry and to feel sad because he carries the parts of his friend that matter. And Aspen was like, fuck this, I'm gonna stay mad. But it was a good vibe. It was a good vibe. I liked it. And then we all converged together. We had talks about the information that we found out during our last downtimes, and finally chose to go to the Silent Church to talk to Thara, who is someone who had talked with our arch enemy Dremta before. When we got there, Thara was like, yeah, I know who you're talking about, but like they would never do anything bad. And at that moment, Sophrona used the best spell I've ever heard of in the world that she spent 3 months preparing to learn and stuff, and saw when Dremta put a trap inside this young woman, which was just ceramic birds popping out of her body. And we tried to fight them, but they were tasked with retrieving Frankie's shard from inside of Lace. So they focused damage on Lace until they could steal the shard. And even though we tried our best to try and hunt down Drepta, afterwards we couldn't find them, and we had 2 people who needed medical care. So we instead saved Thara and Lace by taking them to the next neighborhood over. So there's no hospital equipment in this neighborhood.
Yes.
That leads us to what I did with my downtime, which Ray was a busy boy. Ray was like, I'm gonna protect Songbird, so Ray went around the whole city and left defensive circles to keep angels out around all the plots of Songbird that he could find. A majority of the plots of Songbird that he could find. And also went to visit Thara. I think a bunch of people did. Went on a date with Adistrea. That wasn't mechanically important, but it was cute.
It's emotionally important.
Yeah, it's emotionally important. But yes, Songbird is found in a couple different parts of the city, and Ray decided that Songbird is also found right now in a private garden in the Marquis Quarter, and Ray decided to become Spider-Man with like a mask over his face to try and break into the private garden on private rooftop garden.
Which we'll see how that goes this session.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
I pulled the card. It's great.
Yeah. Lie into the people. And otherwise, Ray researched enemies of Dremta that he could potentially prepare a summoning for. And he learned about a very belligerent, indignant, and insulting angel, the angel of anarchy, Aerox, who is honestly a vibe. I feel it. And
New friends, new friends, new friends.
I'll post the art
we'll
for
see.
y'all. I'll post the art. Also in downtime, all of our players received a letter from one Adastrea Chauncey on behalf of 2 mysterious visitors that would like to talk with our players. All right. I think that's it. All right. Before we get completely started, I would like to remind everyone that Fraying Threads has content warnings. The system itself has content warnings, and it's just is for a mature audience, but our game specifically has manipulation, body horror, and some substance abuse in the form of alcoholism. So please protect yourself if you need to. We'll start with our first card pull of the day. I have pulled the Driver. Value of 7, mysteries, rats, mirrors, and stone. Meanings: impetuous, travel, forward motion, and speed. Always moving forward, sometimes there is no other recourse than to simply get away. Escape is often the best option, and the best escape is a quick one. Like a shark, the Driver can never stop moving. She's always racing ahead, always moving forward, making sudden abrupt turns down new avenues without warning. They say that it's not the destination that it's important, it's the trip. Well, if that's true, the Driver does it best because ultimately she has no destination in mind. It's never the point. The point is speed, motion, and the ability to change one's mind from second to second and yet do so fluidly and flawlessly. The Driver is the defender of the Mysteries family. She protects by enabling others to get away. She carries them to safety, always moving forward. Victor, why don't you tell us about Ray and the night they became Spider-Man? And please describe this spell.
All right. So, Ray was looking into how to get to this rooftop garden, and of course, it's in the Marquee Quarter. Of course, he's gonna ask Adastrea first. And Adastrea's like, no dice. I don't really know this person, and like it's really hard to get up there. You can't just ask. And Ray is like, all right, bet. And he was like, well, I can't do this legally, so I guess I will do it illegally.
Yeah.
And I used Arthropod Feet, which is a spell. Oh, it didn't take me to where the spell is.
I didn't expect this to be so literally Spider-Man.
Yeah, his feet grow like 6 leggies on
Each.
6
I
leggies
hate
each.
it. Oh.
Yeah, it's
And it allows him to walk up walls. So he does.
This is incredible.
It's-
I'm such a fan.
like, I'm looking for it now because I do want to like read it out to the audience. Hold on.
Yeah.
I will find this.
Oh my.
See, 'cause
I'm
when I
gonna-
click it, it's not taking me. I found it.
Okay.
So
found
it's
it.
a level 3. It's a dark red potion. Already a bad vibe. Each of your feet grows 6 tiny jointed appendages like the legs of an insect. These legs carry you along while your feet and legs do not move. The arthropod feet can climb walls and even cling to ceilings. Depletion 0. Check each hour. The color is gold.
Please tell me
Each
you're going
hour?
to someone's house after this. Right? Like,
Minimum an
after you
hour.
do your thing, you have to go over to someone's house and show this to somebody. Right? Like, that has to happen.
Maybe Adastrea. It's
I was gonna say, go
insects.
to
Adastrea is
Adastrea.
engrossed out.
She's not a
Probably.
foot person. I'm just saying it right
There you
now.
go.
I'm saying it right now.
That's fine. This would not
I
make
mean-
her a foot person either.
Is anyone a foot person in this way? Like,
No.
I suppose the internet
Person
is a
who made
large
human
place.
centipede.
Okay, anyway. Let's get to the actual scene that does not involve fixating on Ray's feet, please.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so anyway, I'm assuming you're doing this at night.
At night, and just like he came to the Marquee Quarter hours ago and has been like purposefully sort of like walking around other places. Like he's got this whole criminal mindset going on right now. He's like, I gotta make an alibi. I gotta make sure that I'm seen so that people don't question who is this daring stranger going up the side of this building. So I think he wears his moth outfit, like which I don't.
So flamboyant.
Has the thing gone up yet?
It's not going up yet. It's going up next week.
Yeah, no, perfect. So it is like bare chested, with like top surgery scars that have shark teeth tattoos along the surgery scars, a cape that is like a like a long green flowing like translucent cape with that's like clipped at the chest, and like two moon like silvery moon sized dots on like the ends of the cape.
Lunamon
And they
vibes.
they're attached to his middle fingers with rings, so when he gestures they flow. And like a long flowing skirt, and so like and a glass crown that has moth antennae. So he walks around the Marquis Quarter like this, and I think he makes a point of stopping by the tailor shop that he had visited that had made this, the glass hopper. And then he's just like, hey, I need to change out of this stuff, but I can't stop at my friend's house, but I need to change and run an errand real quick. Do you mind if I just change out here and come back and pick it up?
I think I named him Haven.
I think it was Haven.
I think I named him Haven. Haven waves back to you again and just like nods and says, like, changing rooms, you know where they are? And
yeah, thanks. And then he changes, and then he sort of like he has like a hat,
beautiful,
like a cold weather hat that he comes out with, and he's like, the crown kind of left it a bad hair day, and he just walks out. I'll be back.
So you head to the building with the rooftop garden, which is owned by a very powerful dead resident living in Saturnine.
Yeah.
And you begin to scale up with your little feetsies. I'm just imagining like you're standing with your arms crossed, walking on, and like the legs are doing the work.
Yes. I mean, that's what it literally says. Your feet and your legs don't move. So he has the hat pulls down into a ski mask, a balaclava, whatever that, and he's just this large man going up the side of the wall with a mask on to avoid detection.
Literally perpendicular.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you make it to the top of the building, you are met with this very beautiful garden with variety of like fruit trees. There's like a small vegetable bed, but a majority of it is flowers. And when you get here, you see the large, big vines of songbird with the purple-tipped thorns wrapped around one of these large trees, raising up into the sky. When you get here, you feel stressed, and it's not you, it's Songbird. But you feel stressed and scared, like you have been running for weeks.
I think Ray is both saddened and relieved at how strong he can feel the emotions right now, because he's been going around the city of just like trying to find a bit of Songbird that is like more sentient than the others. And I think he like ends up, despite the weird like trying to like stands still on these legs. I think he tries to run, and he's just like, I'm here. Oh, I'm here, kiddo.
You feel the movement of like when someone is waking up from sleep and they're stirring. And it takes a moment before you get any type of response, but the vines like shift slightly, and then you hear, Ray?
Yeah. Yes.
Ray, I missed
Hey.
you. I'm sorry for hurting you last time I saw you. I was just so
You didn't mean
hungry
it.
and scared, and I've been super scared. Like people are trying to hurt me, and I don't know why. And
I know. Someone bad is trying to use you for something, kiddo. And I think Ray just sort of like walks over and again, like unafraid, does not flinching, just sort of like tries to like lean as close as he can without like skewering himself to like put his hands like on the vine. He's like, I'm here.
even though you're like closer to like a very large part of Songbird, it moves and morphs and shifts, and there's like one vine, thornless, like wrapping around your shoulders and pulling you close.
And he puts his hands over it. And he's just like, hey, kiddo.
I
I'm
don't
so
know what
sorry.
to do.
Well, I've been protecting the other parts of you so this bad person doesn't try to hurt you. Okay? I don't know if there's ways to put you back as one whole. Like the bog has many nutrients. You can protect the house. You can eat there. I'll bring so much plants, I promise. You just have to stay out of my neighbor's yard.
But I tried to. I got when I left the big green place, right?
Yeah.
I tried to settle down somewhere else, but no, something people came out with like scissors or fire or and I couldn't go there, and they kept chasing me until they wouldn't stop. They stopped chasing me.
I know the bad person has a lot of friends. We have a lot of friends too. I'm not gonna let them hurt you again. No, I'm done letting people hurt the people I care about.
I did see you do the drawings on the ground somewhere else.
Yeah. To keep those nasty mucking around angels.
Are you gonna
straight out?
You gonna do it here too?
Yeah. I'll draw it nice, big, and pretty.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I think, like, again, like, he very, like, he just sort of, like, strokes. And he's just like, I'm gonna fix this, okay? I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna carefully take you home. Alright? But I want to make sure it's safe first. So first, we're gonna put everything around it. You know, I'm gonna protect you from being messed with. And then I'm gonna go kick this angel's ass.
I know you can do it.
If you believe in me, I can do anything. Alright? I'm gonna make sure that you have such a nice, safe place to sleep, such a nice, safe place to eat. Okay? So I need you to believe in me until I get it done, okay?
Okay.
And I think he sort of like taps and sort
let
of
go.
like
They'll let go.
yeah, and just brings it like gets his little bag of stuff and starts working. I think he has like spray paint, and that's what he's been using.
Going full graffiti.
However,
Let's go.
however, it's vegan spray paint because he doesn't want it to hurt the plants. So yeah, so
It's
he just
plant-based. It's
starts.
biodegradable.
Yeah, exactly. Biodegradable, non-toxic. It's important. Um, and he just starts sort of like working on the circle. And it's very interesting not having to like keep standing up because he just keeps crouched and lets the feet like carry
Oh my
him around. And he's just like, this is fucking amazing. Why don't people do this all the time?
Okay. So towards the end of your getting your spray paint down and getting this protective circle, because the way goetic circles work is you can either have them facing inward to keep things contained inside, or you can have them facing outward, which when you do that as a goetic, you're the one usually standing in the center of that and they can't get through to get to you. But you're kind of re-engineering it around another person to keep out angels from hurting your friend.
Yes.
So when you are just finishing up the last connecting lines, the last couple runes, you hear what sounds like the tinkling of many chimes and bells. And it takes you a second because as a goetic, you know the languages of almost every summoned being. So it takes you a second to realize this is something speaking, and you can understand it. But it sounds these really like these beautiful chiming bells, but cold. And you hear from the side of the roof, from where you climbed up, these tinkling little bells say, "This is the last grace I'm going to give you, but you need to stay out of this from here on out."
Ray turns around.
And you
looks.
see what has been described to you. 'Cause I don't think you've seen it yet.
No.
A tall, porcelain or ceramic shaped creature with the large head and beak of a raven and a hole in its chest. Gena, this is where it starts. This is where your thing started.
I have a question for you, Mare.
Yeah.
Can you remind me where in our threads has this creature's full name?
I don't remember where it is in the Discord, but it was mentioned in the episode where you summoned the other angel.
Gotcha.
Dremta is the full name. Emissary of Creation is a title.
Yeah. Oh. Hello, idiot of creation. And Ray sort of puts down the can and just no hesitation pulls the sledgehammer from like the hip like thing he has, and he lets it drop onto the roof with a very violent crash, so much as so it chips the ground a little bit and it sparkles with magic.
They raise their hand and it's wreathed in fire, and they point it at Songbird. I might not be able to pass the protective circle, but it doesn't mean fire can't.
Ray looks at Dremta and is just like, threatening will only make your pain so much larger.
And if you don't want to end up dead, I suggest backing away.
I think Ray takes 2 steps closer and like hefts the sledgehammer up, and he's like, I'm not afraid to die for a friend.
But what about the rest of your friends? Because I will kill them first.
I'm gonna throw my sledgehammer.
Okay, go for it. Roll.
I think Ray sort of like, if you've ever seen like this is a hammer toss. This is a Yeah, so because I'm attacking him with this weapon, am I rolling the 2 dice?
You are rolling with the 2 dice. You
All
have
right.
the level of the weapon, which is a level, I believe, a set of level 2. You have
Mhm.
2 skills, so that's a 4.
Yep.
Are you using any accuracy?
I don't think this might come back to bite me, but I don't think I need to.
Okay.
With a +4 already.
Okay. You do have to roll both dice.
Yes. So my magic die is gonna be my D100 or whatever the D10 percentile, and
Okay.
my regular die is this line.
Okay.
So the magic die is a 2, which is 6, and my regular die is an 8, which is a 12.
Yeah. This thing lands and hits it square in the face. You deal the full 6 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the porcelain just like shatters and cracks, and like a couple pieces like fall off, but like they kind of like fade into non-existence before they hit the ground. And they don't move from the side of this rooftop where you did this very powerful throw.
Mm-hmm.
They stand there, and the sledge hits them, and then it like falls and thuds to the rooftop right below it.
Mm-hmm.
And like you get the feeling that if this thing had blood, it'd be doing the real sexy like wipe the lip away from the blood type of thing, but it doesn't bleed. So it just looks down at the cracks and looks at you. You made your choice. And then it explodes into 1,000 ceramic birds.
Cool. I would like to use a ephemera in this moment.
Okay.
It is the one next to my arthropod feet. No, it's not. It is the one next to
You can
this
do it.
one, gazing back to hidden glances.
Okay.
It is a level 5 with an extra die. Your face disappears into swirling dark colors except for one eye. You can see the path of one being who you name. Its path is within sight, allowing you to track or follow them flawlessly. If you use their secret name, you not only know their path, but their intended destination.
Okay.
This does end automatically when the next sun sets.
Okay. So you do need to roll.
Yes.
Roll your dice.
Roll my dice. So that is a 3 and a 6.
Yeah, I think that would do it. So you know it's just fleeing. And oh god, I don't think I ever actually chose a home base for this thing. Let me pull up my Secrets of Silent Streets book. And okay, let me just do a quick look through all the districts. Let's go. Okay, so it's fleeing towards the Topiary district. A location in the Topiary district. I can get you find the thing, send me the name later. I'll get you a more specific thing at the end of session.
Sounds good.
While this was happening, Songbird was cowering. But when it leaves, you can physically feel like tension release.
And I think Ray moves to pick up the sledgehammer and then walk back to Songbird. And he looks at Songbird and he's just like, I promise you, that guy, he's hurt too many people. And I won't let it happen again. You believe in me, right?
Yeah. Thank you, Ray. And then we'll be together after this? No more running?
No more running, darling. That's something he definitely picked up from Aspen. And he steps into the circle and just sort of like runs his hand over and is just like, no more running. I even have someone new I'd like you to meet, another new friend.
Okay.
She's very kind.
I can't wait.
I think he pauses while he looks at Songbird, and he's just like, do you have a thorn I can take?
Take anyone you like.
I think he looks for like the nastiest, longest looking thorn. Because he's gonna shove this into Dremta as to make sure that he knows that, like, hey, don't piss me off. You hurt people that I care about. Guess what? They're not helpless.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. So you take the thorn. It's a big one, so it's gonna take a moment for you to get it off. You're gonna probably have to use the sledge, but you can get that. You can do with that whatever you like in the next set of downtime. Attach that to a spear or something. Oh, Jesus. And
sometimes you make an angry boy. What is it? What's the quote? You do not know the violence that has caused my gentleness.
So you get your thorn, and you leave.
Thank you.
All right. We pick up at the Goetic Hall of Records, where I have pulled my next card. On the green sun, I have pulled the elusive sleep, value of 6, vision, swans, blades, and water, meanings, futility, worry, stress, awareness. The richest noble cannot buy sleep. The strongest among us cannot compel its submission. Even the wisest person might lose a night's rest to anxiety. Still, when we're awake, we are aware, and that awareness can be crucial. You were Aspen. You were escorted by Ray onto the Goetic campus for the Hall of Records. Didn't stick around because you made the impression that you didn't want him to stick around. So you were escorted into the Goetic Hall of Records, and you are now standing in front of an office. The label says Adastrea Chauncey, 5th degree Goetic, Master of the Manifold.
I am writing down her title because I'm probably going to use that later. I kind of take a deep breath, and I am dressed very plainly again. Not in my flamboyant clothing.
You're going to make me pull a
Black
card for
pants.
this? You changed your clothes and you're going to make me pull a card for this?
Why? Why are you pulling a card for it? What did I do?
Because you drastically changed your appearance and you're not flamboyant as fuck, which was protecting you.
It's just different clothes. Mare, don't make me regret this. Man, I'm so stressed about this scene, y'all.
Just go.
Okay. I am dressed very plain clothes, black shirt, black pants. I still have rings. I have long earrings on. The jewelry is a little bit more showy, but the clothing is very calm. And you would see Aspen just kind of fiddling for a second. Not as nervous as they've been, but not because they're not nervous, just because they are in public. And they are not here to let people know that they're nervous. So there's a little bit of fiddling, but it mostly comes across as like smoothing out their clothing. And they would turn to glance to Helia.
It'll be okay.
I really hope so.
It'll be fine.
Can I confess something?
Sure.
I would really like to walk in and hit her, and I'm not going to do it because we are growing and we are changing. But I think I'm allowed to hold on to that anger.
Just don't do it.
I won't. I promise I won't. But I needed to get that off my chest so that I don't. I guess this is what we came here to do, and I will knock pretty loudly on the door. Aspen does not know how to knock quietly.
Almost immediately, you hear, "Come in."
I will open the door.
As you open the door, Adastrea stands up from behind her desk as you enter her office. When you enter, though, this is not the same Adastrea you have seen at parties or when you first saw her come into Saturnine, or like not even the same, looking the same as when you saw her at Ray's party. She had like this straight green hair and these like dragonfly wings, and now she looks very different. She looks a lot more like when she looked in Shadow. She has tan skin with a huge smattering of freckles, like a lot, and like this really curly blondish hair that's just wild. And she's dressed much simpler. You can tell the clothes are still fine, but they're much simpler. Just simple slacks instead of like these fancy blazers and shirts or dresses made out of butterflies. And she looks at you. You must be the friend that Ray said that he was going to bring over. Aspen, was it?
Aspen kind of is a little bit in shock because they look like they did in shadow, and so does Anastasia. And for a very brief moment, this is exactly what they wanted when they were in shadow, was to be one-on-one with this person who was charged for manslaughter for killing their best friend. And so this is hard for a second, and kind of takes a second, puts on the same smile that he always does, and says, "I am. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me."
No, it's no problem at all, dear. It's been a while since I think it was last time I saw you was at Ray's gallery, right?
Yes. I was dressed much more lavishly than this, but tends to be a little bit off-putting for people when we're just meeting one-on-one. So
Ray also told me that you were able to get rid of the curse. I'm very glad for you.
I was. It was a very distressing few days, but we managed. I like looking at my own face, but not that much. So,
well,
very pleased.
Come in. Close the door behind you. Take a seat. She gestures to a couple of the chairs. Her office is a little cluttered, but like the tidy type of clutter. Like she knows where everything is.
I made very, very, very crappy version of William's cookies. But they are tied up in a little parcel, and I will place them on the table. Because that's what people do when they're trying to make amends, is they give gifts to each other. I made these. They probably won't taste very good, but a dear friend of mine gave me the recipe. So I am taking up your time, and I imagine that it's going to be a bit of a lengthy conversation. So I wanted to offer this up front.
Well, thank you. I will definitely try them next time I make some tea.
Wonderful.
What can I do for you?
Well, how much has Ray shared with you about sort of things going on?
Victor, remind me how much Ray has told Anastasia about things going on.
Ray has told Anastasia that he is in a fight with an angel who is trying to ruin his life and hurt Songbird, and so that's what's going on.
Ray has told me that there is a bit of a grudge match between him and an angel, though I haven't gotten any details except that it is the impression I get is very dangerous. And
it is.
Hurt friends.
Yes. Is there anything, Victor, that Ray would have told Aspen to not share? Cool. Well, the long and short of it.
I don't think this is part of it, but like I don't expect this to be part of it. But Ray did strictly tell Aspen that like if you're gonna tell Anastasia like the whole thing of like what you know about her, Ray asked you to like give him a heads up.
Yes.
Because that's like something extremely fucked to just drop on somebody, no matter how upset you are.
But I don't think you were going to do that, because if you were, this was going to be a very different reaction when you first walked in.
Yeah, no. Aspen, Aspen is only going to bring it up if Anastasia does. Well, and the whole time Aspen is talking is kind of doing that looking over the shoulder a little bit, because does not really want to meet Anastassia's eyes. So let's start with the angel. A grudge match is putting it mildly.
I had a feeling.
We watched this angel eviscerate, might be too strong of a word, somebody last week.
Mm-hmm.
In a way that is just very, very concerning. And so I am not familiar with angels. As a maker, I stick to my lane. If I had my choice, I would have never met this angel, but here we are. And so I wanted to see if I could come to you, kind of get a sense of if there's anything from the goetic angle that could be helpful for us.
Well, what are you looking for? What are you looking to do or accomplish? Because I can tell you about a bunch of different entities. I can even point you towards folks who know whose speciality is angels in Imperion Pax and such like that. You're gonna have to narrow it down just a smidge.
Can you summon one?
Yes.
Can you summon a very powerful one if you have their true name?
Depending on their power level, yes.
How would you know if you could? Is it just to try and see if they respond?
Yeah, it's just to try and see if the magic pulls them.
Okay. This angel's name is Dremta, and I would write this down. Emissary of Creation is the title that they have elected for themselves. And Mayor, point of order, is this before or after my downtime activities where I talked with the moon?
Up to you.
Okay. I would prefer for it to be after. Because
Okay, that's fine.
Aspen has no filter, and Aspen is going to be really honest. I have spoken with a couple of people, and I don't think that killing the angel is the right choice, and I imagine that would be really challenging. My friends have made it very clear to me that I am not very effective in combat, so I'm not going to suggest that we kill the angel because I would not do much to help. But I've been told that there's a chance that this angel was influenced by a demon. And I don't know anything about that, and I don't know how to find information about that. But if there's a way to break this demon's influence, that could possibly be our solution that we need.
She's taking in your words, and as she's taking in your words, she's just thinking. And her hands are like mine, like right now, like kind of like partially in front of her, and she begins fiddling with something on her wrist. And now that her sleeve has gone down a little bit, you see that she's fiddling with a very familiar glass bracelet with teardrop dangles, little charms on it. Your mishap, like half a campaign ago, where the item functions as normal, but it falls in the hands of your most powerful, of your biggest enemy. Surprise! I've been waiting for this.
So mad. I'm so mad.
But she's just absent-mindedly like twisting the bracelet around her wrist as she's thinking. That is certainly definitely possible. There are a lot of clever demons and devils out there that could do something to like any other entity, even angels, if they're powerful enough or if the other entity is weak enough. However, there's no real way to tell. There's no true way to tell unless you are able to undo magic, find whatever is influencing them. Heck, it could even be blackmail. Just by trying from my office, there's no real way for me to know. Is it a possibility? Absolutely.
Aspen's eyes are absolutely distracted by the bracelet. And Aspen is wearing a lot of jewelry. That is a lovely bracelet. Where did you get that?
I don't know. I just found it on the floor of my closet one day. I don't remember much about my life before the war, so I can only assume it just fell out of my jewelry credenza. But it's pretty, ain't it?
It is. What a lovely find. I'm just reading over my notes really quick to figure out what angle I want to work this. I'm so mad about that, Bear. I'm so mad that that's the mishap I got.
Anyway, continuing on.
Well, let me ask you this. How familiar are you with the legacy? As much as the rest of us, I'm guessing, but
Details? Not much.
Okay.
I know that angels are protectors of it and so on and so forth, and they try to keep it preserved and protect items from it as much as possible. Angels are really the only ones that really align themselves with the creator, or at least say that they that's the purpose. But specific details, specific items, not so much.
If there was, actually, when I said Dremta's name, was there any reaction? Okay.
She kind of did scoff at the title. Just like, really? But no.
Aspen would have laughed too.
but no, like, oh, like, how pretentious type of laugh. But, like, no recognition reaction.
Okay. Man, I have so many competing things I want to do here, Mayor. I'm trying to figure out how much growth Aspen has actually had. If there's any information that you have, essentially what I've learned is that Dremta has sort of declared, as you heard earlier, themselves the emissary of creation.
I did.
And has taken very distinct actions that have shown other angels that that is not their intended goal. I don't know if there is any sort of knowledge on an angel who has done this previously. I don't have access to the Hall of Records, which is part of why my questions are so vague. I know he's gathering some sort of soul binding sword, and I think when Aspen says that, and is that the right description? I know soul sword is kind of what has been tossed around within our group.
Soulbinder, I think I called it.
Sword is Soulbinder is the name of the sword.
Okay. I think when Aspen
and it's supposed to make you basically, like, all magic related to your soul name is ineffective.
More or less.
Damn, that's badass.
It is badass.
Okay. I know that the angel is looking for something called a soul binding sword, and I think when Aspen says that, saying the word soul binding, looking like Aspen from Shadow in front of Adistrea, their goal having been to bring Brady back, their brain kind of short circuits, because I don't think that they've really like kind of thought through any of the words that are coming out. And so they kind of pause.
Are you okay, my dear?
This soul binding sword, have you heard of anything like that?
I've heard of the myth itself, and it was, I don't know much about the myth. It's just supposed to protect your soul, and you can't get it stolen, but also that it was the inspiration for a series of comic books. I haven't read them myself, but...
Well... Oh, was the protective circle... I guess I would just ask. I noticed when I was in Long Park a protective circle around Songbird. Any information on that?
Oh, Ray put it there.
Oh. Interesting.
Yes. No, he said he was going to protect Songbird as best as he can, and, well, protective circle has the word protective in it, so... I don't know how much I can help with you with random miscellaneous questions. My expertise is not very specific. I cast a wide net in terms of goetic magic. I'm capable of assisting and looking up information for you, but highly specific, descriptive answers, I'm not the best person for you.
Sure.
I'm willing to help as much as I can, especially since you are helping Ray and some of your other lovely friends that I met at the party. But I don't know how much use I'm going to be in that type of sense. I can absolutely try some of this thing for you. I would suggest all of you have a plan first, especially if it's as aggressive as you think it is.
Of course. I think that will probably be the best thing then. And Aspen is realizing very quickly that he was not ready for this. He thought that he could do this, and it is just hitting too many things for him. I think, yes, the summoning will probably be the most helpful. I suppose I should talk to Ray. You seem to have more information about what his plans are at the moment, so perhaps he will know when and where and what preparations need to be done, but I think that that's all that I need.
Get some rest. You look a little tired. You look like you've been in the library for the past 5 nights.
Kind as it is, I don't need your concern.
She, like, pauses because that was a very big, drastic change.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If you need anything else, please feel free to reach out.
When using an ephemera, what does that visually look like if it is not tied to a specific item? Is that just a manifestation of my own magic?
So, I don't remember where it is in the book, but casting magic does require some kind of somatic, usually, and verbal components, even if it's an incantation to activate it.
Okay. I think you would start to see sort of Aspen's hand starting to move and what would be casting an incantation, and very quickly closes their hand into a fist and turns it off. I hope you enjoy the cookies, and perhaps we will have to cross paths again in the future.
Roll me a quick insight. Type of check, please.
Which is interaction.
Interaction,
correct?
yes.
I'm gonna use 3 Bene on this.
Okay.
So I want to know what the fuck is going on. That is a 7 on the dice for a 10 total.
Yeah. So as you were beginning to cast an incantation, it's so very quickly imperceptible. She looked like she was tensing and about ready to like stand to her feet in alarm. But she, just as quick as you snuffed it, she snuffed it as well.
Okay. I apologize if I've made you uncomfortable. I have a lot of things on my mind, and I do appreciate your help and taking the time to be supportive of Ray and all this.
Best of luck, my dear, and as I said, please reach out if you need to.
Enjoy the rest of your day. And Aspen will stand. And I don't want to do it so bad, but I'm not gonna, because Aspen is a better person now.
Gilly has given you massive side-eye.
I know. I will spend one of my sorcery points for Whispered Insight, and as we're walking out, just tell Helia, I could do something to the bracelet. That's my fucking bracelet. I could do something. It wouldn't hurt her.
No matter what I say, I won't be able to physically stop you. Okay, I won't be able to physically stop you.
I know, but I will feel really bad if you don't condone this. So that will...
Yeah, like, I don't condone this. Like, it wasn't her fault. It kind of just... Your magic fucked up, okay? I'm just gonna say it.
My fucking bracelet.
I know.
But I will not.
Did you sign it?
I mean, it's my fucking magic that's in it.
Oh, I know that, but like, if you can prove it's yours, did you sign it? You can just ask for it back.
Do you think that's gonna go well?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna I won't do it. We'll walk out. Oh man. I have an ephemera that would have let me consume something and rendered it into red dust. And I wanted so badly to just destroy the fucking bracelet because I'm so mad that she got it. It was going to be so helpful.
She doesn't even know it's magic.
I know, but I know. No, I'm mad about it. I'm going to go back to Williams. I don't care if I've already been kicked out of Williams. It's during the daytime. So I'm going to go back and announce myself as I always do and ask if I can just sit in his kitchen while he does something and try to bake the cookie recipe again.
You may do so.
Thank you. Oh, man. I did not see that coming there.
All right. Anyway. I've pulled the revealing knife for when y'all converge. The revealing knife is a value of 8. Where the fuck is it? Vision, swans,
That's the
blades,
one
and
I
water. That's the
keep
one you pulled.
drawing
Yeah.
whenever I study.
Revelation, discovery, and finesse. Pale magic is enhanced. Screen is hindered. You know, it cuts everything, slices through buildings. It's about getting information and like shit like that. I don't need to read this time. So many of y'all have pulled this card.
Intimately familiar.
So, where are y'all meeting?
Not me, ever.
I think it's just been Sophronia and Lace. Like Lace twice.
Yeah, instead I get the sealed door 4 times.
But
I'm not bit.
where are y'all meeting? Because I'm assuming you're going. Because I know Ray really wanted to go see these visitors.
Imagine then it seems natural to show up at Ray's if we're gonna be party of Ray.
Yeah. I'm gonna make Osmond walk with me because I've missed him.
Okay, he will.
Thanks.
I don't think Shard. I mean, I guess Shard would go to the swamp, but if I don't know that Osmond's gonna be there, I probably won't bring Shard. But Lace is definitely dressed in like have been sick for a while chic. So it's like the baggy t-shirt and sweats. Which is very different from her usual look.
Yeah. What about you, Sophronia?
I'm in my usual. I do have my crossbow with my little hip quiver with all my bolts in them, though. I don't know if this will be useful, but I'm bringing it.
Do it. Do it up.
Yeah. When you guys arrive, Ray answers the door with his like sledgehammer like over his shoulder, and he opens the door and he's just like, okay.
Oh yeah, Sophronia, you probably know why he's on edge.
Oh yeah.
Does Sophronia know why he's
Yeah.
on edge?
Yeah.
Like, Ray's any
Okay, so
Ray is
Sophronia-
ready to like talk.
Sophronia scried on you, and I'm like, not on you. They scried on Dremta, and I'm like, after a different couple castings of the spell, you see the following, and my first bullet point says, Dremta during an upcoming scene that will be done tomorrow. Which was your scene.
Perfect, beautiful, wonderful.
So Sophronia knows already.
Yeah.
I think also because Sophronia brought Lace cookies, Sophronia probably knows about the conversation already that she had with Short Ray. But Lace will, unless Ray or Aspen like want to take the lead in sharing information, Lace will straight up just tell them. And we'll say, so I had a conversation with Ray, not you, Ray, Short Ray, other Ray. And I was feeling, and I think she looks a little like ashamed and apologetic. I was feeling a little down on account of the stabbing. And so I was talking to Ray and Short Ray. And they said something that made a lot of sense, which is like, what is our end goal here? And so we were talking about the different options. And the options that we came up with was we either need to kill Dremta, which could be hard because Angel. We need to strip power from them, which could be hard because Angel. Or we need to find out if there is something controlling Dremta, which could also be hard because Angel. So we had a thought, Ray had a thought, Short Ray had a thought, which is that there is Mentors, the library of Excess.
It's a huge library. You all probably have heard of it. Whether you've been up there is actually up to you. Lace, did you mention the option of a la Aang versus Ozai, a la Avatar Last Bender, take his magic away?
Stripping the power.
Okay.
Stripping
That's what
power
I thought.
was the
I
second one.
specifically used a la ATLA in this scene.
Did. There was a lot of goose analogies. It was the whole thing. So it made me feel a little better, because it gave me like definite direction. You can see that Lace is once again like very focused, and is like very deliberately ignoring like the fact that she is, not doing great. And that, so I thought that if we want, Well, Sophrona found out a thing about the shard, which is unfortunate. Not the cat, the object.
Oh yeah.
But I was thinking maybe, because it's a really big library, Short Ray offered to come with us and we could like look to see if we find out any more information about taking power away from angels, or finding out who has control of an angel, or killing an angel. One of those things.
If I may, and Aspen is lounging out like a freaking cat in the sunshine on the couch. And this would, I think, be the first time Sophrona and Lace see that Aspen has a fine line tattoo all up and down their arms because they're not wearing a jacket and they're wearing a short sleeve shirt that they've just always kept covered. If I may, so I had a chance to chat with Yi Moon, and there is a possibility, they think at least, that Drumta could be influenced by a, quote, demon of the dark. I have no idea what that means, but it could be a starting point for research. And Aspen would recap, but basically that Drumta was like, I'm going to protect the legacy more intentionally than anybody else, and then kind of went off the rails. And so they were going to try to banish him, but he disappeared. So the angels are all in agreement that Drumta is a problem. At least Yi Moon and a couple of other angels had gotten together and were going to try and tell him, course correct, or we're going to banish you. And Drumta disappeared on them. So that is the information that I have. The actions Yi Moon said that Drumta is taking are very clearly not aligned with the legacy of the creator. Those tend to be more inclined toward, I lost the verbiage that you used, health, succor, and protection. And eviscerating somebody with birds is not quite health, succor, or protection. So, but Yi Moon and I had a good conversation. So perhaps that could be a place to start with the research, because I think this is an excellent idea, Lace.
I think on the words eviscerate someone with birds, Lace is just like avoiding eye contact.
That was not very sensitive of me, Lace. I apologize.
I mean, it's accurate. I was shish kebabbed by birds.
That you were. But, and there's a possibility that Adastrea could summon Drumta for us. And so if we are able to figure out how to potentially remove this demon's influence, we could try to summon them and do so instead of trying to kill him, because I agree, killing an angel sounds very challenging.
Seemed like he would bleed enough if you hit him hard enough.
Yes, but not all of us can hit extremely hard.
Sophrona did just say you would know that.
I was going to say, did Sophrona say that, or did Gena say that?
Yeah, I know. She outright said that. You would know.
Aspen will look to Lace and say, I know, we're aware. And then we'll look to Sophrona and say, what?
So, I've been keeping tabs on Drumta. I saw that you had a little parlay, so to speak.
Parlay is probably a lot less violent than I would say. I broke. So I have been putting up defensive circles against angels around the plots of Songbird in the city, because people have been harming Songbird and pushing them into certain parts of the city, which makes sense with the list that we have from Drumta. So I made sure that no angels could fuck with Songbird. And this is how you know that Ray is very upset.
Fuck.
Yeah, just F-bombs everywhere. And he's just like, and when I broke into a Marquee Quarter rooftop garden last night, after I finished putting down my defensive circle, Drumta was there and threatened to set Songbird on fire, threatened to kill me, and threatened to kill all of you. So I threw my sledgehammer at him and shattered him a little bit.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that sounds great. But also, if the end goal were to kill Songbird, then that would be a lot easier if we strip the power from them first.
Sure.
I'm just saying there may be intermediate steps because I can't hit people really hard at the moment. Although I did learn a new skill, which is really fun. So I'm excited about it. But it is not hitting people really hard.
Are we just bypassing the breaking and entering and vandalism? And going off and challenging an angel on your own?
That was the less surprising part of it for me.
I mean, I didn't search out Dremta myself. Dremta just happened to be there. The breaking and entering, I couldn't find a legal way in.
It's like, I remind you that Drumta can scry on people, so like probably know, you can probably assume that just happened to be there is not, yes, just happened to be there is not really the vibe, I think.
I mean, I've been assuming that Dremta knows everything that we know. So, hi Dremta, just a reminder that you're a dick.
I'm gonna look at Sophrona. Have you ever tried to scribe on me?
No, I can scry on my enemies, which, as far as I know, you're not. Unless you'd like to tell me something.
That would be a real plot twist.
Seriously. I always felt watched as well, Mare, correct?
All of you felt watched. Every single one of you felt watched.
Okay.
Leading up to the end of last session.
Do you have to have, Sophrona, a true name in order to scry on somebody?
I don't. Mine is a little...
It
random.
helps.
It helps.
All right.
But it's not strictly necessary.
I was just curious. Well, we could follow Ray's lead and just throw sledgehammers at him.
Or we can find a way to drain him of power so that I can more easily crack him open like a walnut.
If Ray, this is a question, not an indication of what you should answer, to be clear.
Okay.
But if this angel is being influenced by a demon in the same way that Songbird was being influenced by an angel, does that change the whole walnut plan?
Yes. Then I will find the demon and crack it open like a walnut.
Valid. Okay. That makes me I'm aligned with your values on this.
Yeah, I would never hurt someone who is being manipulated into it.
Okay, you were just real mad, and I get it, because I was also real mad. I also ate a lot of cookies, which made me feel a lot better, so that is something that I recommend.
You've had so many pastries.
I was feeling much better until it threatened Songbird with fire and threatened to kill all of you.
Yes, that would make me upset also. Again, cannot recommend enough pastries and cookies to make these really bomb cookies. Anyway, I got distracted. So, do you want me to contact Ray and we can go start to look into these things? Because I think finding out what a demon of the dark does would be also a great idea. Because it sounds... I don't want to cast aspersions, but it sounds bad.
I would guess.
So there's two different types of demons. There's demons from under the red sun, and there are demons that exist outside the suns, which are demons of the dark.
Gotcha. I hate that card. We've drawn it enough that I would believe that there are encroaching darkness demons. But yeah, Ray slots his sledgehammer into his big belt loop and is just like, I'm definitely willing to see Ray and go to a library to figure things out. But I definitely think we have visitors to meet first.
Certainly do.
Is this like the best idea? Because last time we went to a place, someone turned into birds and stabbed us.
It's
Oh,
very true.
Understandable.
Hopefully it won't happen again.
They did give you a public place, like a busy public
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
I think
We'll just
Blaze
get
has
stabbed
the
in
double
public
finger
this time.
stroke.
Ray puts his hands on his hips and sort of looks at all of you and is just like, "Did you read your letters?"
Yeah.
They've had goetic friends before. I have a very good feeling I know who we're about to meet. And I'll
Would you
let
like
you
to
puzzle on that as
You
we
can-
walk.
Are you just being a cheeky bastard and not going to tell anyone?
Yeah. No, he's not going to tell anyone. And he's going to look at Kian and he's like, "You better be on your best behavior, though."
I have theories.
He looks at Aspen and says that.
I have
Oh,
theories.
Aspen this whole time has looked very, very annoyed since Ray started in on this story. Because they are normally the impulsive one and they get reprimanded. And Ray fought or stood up against Dremta. And Aspen is irritated about that and is also irritated because Adastrea knew more than they did. Aspen's all up in their field.
I really like the idea that Aspen is mad that Sophrona and Lace aren't more angry about
Oh,
this.
absolutely. Aspen does
It's
not
not his
understand what's
fault.
going on.
It's
Aspen-
it's the older brother getting mad at the little brother of like, you what?
You can
I
you can blame the card that I drew, which was the devil.
Yeah.
Aspen is very angry, but the growth is that Aspen is trying really hard to not throw a tantrum and still continue on and work with everybody. That is
I
the
love
growth.
that.
Aspen is still a child by most accounts.
That's fair.
Love Aspen so much. I would die for Aspen, but Ray is being a little shit and does say, "You probably want to be in your best behavior when we go see them."
Well, that is going to be unfortunate for them because I'm already in a mood, but I will do my best.
I think Ray looks at Aspen, and he says like, "All right, I'm only gonna tell you because I feel like it will change how you feel." And he like shoos Sophrona and Lace away.
Aspen
They're
is
gonna
very
wait outside the
torn.
door.
Aspen is torn between
Lace just-
irritation. Oh, sorry.
No, I think Lace just goes, "I got stabbed, you know."
So did I.
I think she goes with Sophrona and is like, "So tell me more about these cookies. Do you have like more cookies?" Or and then they just like, unless Sophrona has anything else to say, they wander off.
Aspen is torn between irritation and being a nosy bitch, but stays behind for the gossip.
Aspen, I'm pretty sure the king, and maybe even Dracera, has come to visit us.
Oh, this is a lot of feelings I didn't account for this week.
Did your talk not go well?
Adastrea didn't tell you?
No, you seemed like you wanted it to be private. I wanted to respect that for you.
Well, I appreciate that, Ray. And Aspen will walk out the door.
Which I think is a great segue into us going to break. All right, everybody. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Stretch, hydrate, pet your pets, and we'll be back soon. Bye. Hello, everybody. We are back from break. Thank you for joining us this evening. We get back to the game where I'm going to pull a card before I forget again because that is just my MO, apparently. So I have pulled the Endless Maze on the Indigo Sun. Value of 3, Secrets, Ravens, Books, and Flame, meanings journey, long spans of time, inner turmoil. As within, so without. The maze that traps you, slows your journey, forces you to double back, and leads you where you don't want to go, might be a physical maze, or it might be your own indecision, self-criticism, or self-doubt. To get where we need to go, or do what we need to do, we have to conquer the mazes we find ourselves in. Blue magic is enhanced, and red is hindered. So the four of you make your way to the Fade, which is a district on the edge of the abstraction that just floats off into... It breaks everything down. There are archipelagos, there are half-worlds. We've been here, we've done that, like halfway through the campaign. You've been here before. But you are heading towards the Sunship Berths, which are these really tall, secured towers, which are the stopping point for the sunships. When sunships are these very large whale-like creatures with human faces, and many of which wear spectacles that transports paying customers to other suns. They look a little weird, but yeah, they're just high above you, docked, and every once in a while you see a bunch of passengers enter the mouths of one of these sunships, and then it undocks and then flies off. Yes, they enter in through the mouths. Okay? Listen, there's weirder shit.
You have to have a lot of trust in order to walk into a giant creature's mouth.
But yes, the four of you find yourselves at the Sunship Berths. You see a lot of just Fade residents. There are a couple folks that seem to also be passing by and heading to the docks that lead out into the abstraction where you met with Riley and his lovely, amazing hot air balloon ship that brought you into the sea. Is there anything you would like to do as you look for your mysterious visitors? I have called them.
I think Ray specifically is reaching out for a piece he's made before and trying to use that to follow where these visitors might be waiting for us. If he hopes. He is running off context clues.
Roll just once. You spend and roll one sortilege for Visley Audacity.
Perfect. I got a 5.
You feel a very familiar clay piece held together with biological material right around the corner.
Ray sort of like makes like almost like a little like jumping motion, and he's just like, they're close by. I think they're gonna be right around that corner. And he sort of like is ushering them forward.
Do y'all allow yourselves to be ushered?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Lais is sort of trailing behind a little.
Aspen lingers toward the back. And also, Mayor, for the record, because it's free to do, I'm just doing Sign Against the Legacy whenever it depletes. Picking it back up because I'm so afraid.
You're paranoid now.
I am.
Congratulations.
Last session sucked.
All of you either following behind Ray and Sophrona, who's just being herded, go around the corner.
Walk so fast.
Ray is the most excited for Sophrona to see these people anyway. So
Walk around the corner, and as soon as all of you do, you are met with the scent of wildflowers. And you see two entities that you have met before, once all the way back in session 2, and then the other back in session 8 or 9. You see Drumta, a little smaller. Not Drumta, Drosera.
That would change things a little bit.
It begins with a D. Drosera. A little smaller than when you first met them in session 2. they seem a little quieter with their many vines and Venus flytraps scattered about their body. And they are standing next to a tall, but not as tall, king. They do not leave behind flowers in their wake like they used to, and the emotions coming off of her are calmness, determination, her long leafy hair of a canopy just trailing down her back. The most major difference, though, is you do not see a crown of laurels on her head. And as you four of you round the corner, she brightens and smiles at you. Hello again.
Hello.
Hello, old friend.
It's
It's
nice.
been a while or a short time. One of those things.
It's been a while for me and us. Thank you for meeting with me. It's lovely to see all of you again. She looks at each and every one of you sincerely.
So exciting to see you here.
Shall we walk? Shall we talk? I did want to talk to you about a couple things. It has been quite a while. I don't know how much time has passed over here since we last talked.
It's been
Technically 2 weeks, but technically 3 months and 2 weeks.
An amount of time has passed.
You look about the same age. It doesn't look like you have aged significantly.
Not all aging is physical.
Lace has had a hard week.
I'm sorry. That sounds... Whatever happened, that sounds terrible.
It's fine. Birds are bad, actually.
She gives you a look. Is there anywhere we can sit down for a spell and just talk? And why I'm here?
Yeah, there's if I remember correctly, there's a cafe nearby named Bar.
That's in Fartown.
Damn it, I was wrong.
But there are like places around here. Not as common as like in other districts, but there are places that you can go to.
Yeah, Ray's like my treat.
I will not partake, but thank you.
Of course.
You lead the way to just this small little hole in the wall. Get a table. And she and Drosera just sit down. Drosera just seems so uncomfortable. Nothing like when you first met them in session 2 where they're just a chill person, a dude, but they're just kind of here and they're just occasionally like shifting weight from foot to foot. First things first, it has been quite a long time for me since I've seen you last. Many seasons. Many, many, many seasons and cycles.
I see.
But I mostly came here because a friend of mine visited and was giving me some details about what has been happening over here in regards to the friend that you initially warned us about.
Can I ask who told you?
Oh, yes. I don't know if you know them personally, but their name is Nat Blackthorn.
I've read their journals.
They have done a lot of writing. Yes. I believe they're making their way through some of the half-worlds right now and some of the night side. They kind of go from place to place, from what I have understood.
I'll have to catch up with them one day.
Good luck. They are very difficult to catch. But they came by and were telling me the situation because apparently this creature, this parasite friend that you were telling us about, is also a friend of theirs.
Yeah.
And I thought I would try and stop by and see if there was any way I could assist.
That is a complicated question.
How so?
At the moment, we are doing more research. But it seems that Ray can talk more specifically about it, but Songbird is in trouble because of another entity who is perhaps in trouble because of another entity. So we're just following up the chain of influence to try and find where the problem actually lies.
I see. I can definitely help with that. I'm proficient, we'll say, with protection duties. And Drosera, and she nods her head over at them, knows a thing or two. But the main reason why I wanted to come here is offer my assistance with your friend Songbird, actually. After the four of you left, and after they came by, and I did have to turn them away, began working with Drosera and some of the other mages in Emerin to try and assist them, so they can continue on living without the all-consumption of other plant life.
That's wonderful. Their main consciousness is someone that's a little hard to reach right now. But I'm not above breaking and entering again.
You've been busy, it sounds like. And it sounds like other objectives need to be met first.
A little bit.
She nods.
There is, if I may, and Aspen is still keeping distance, is not making any pretense, but is being, like, not super enthused, but is being fine. Ray has been running around to different spots to protect Songbird. Do you have any idea on how to unify them?
It's not the unification that's the issue. It's more so the keeping from spreading.
Mm-hmm.
Through some trial and error and the assistance of other parasites home, Drosera thinks that they have developed a method to assist them. It still needs to be made and created, but I wanted to at least offer that for thank you for averting destruction.
Incredibly kind.
What was that, Gena?
It's incredibly kind.
I don't think I could fully repay the healing and prevention of the loss of an entire world.
I am curious. And Bray sort of glances at Drosera, and it's just like, do you ever have any glimpses of the life you now never lived?
They both think and shake their head.
And Ray sort of like glances over at Sophrona and like just very casually offers his hand in case she needs it.
She's not gonna take it because it's gonna buzz you.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He will be buzzed. I think he makes it very obvious that he is okay with being buzzed at this moment.
The static
If
shock.
Sophrona requires physical support.
Just keep her hands to herself.
Gotcha. He's like, all right. So what do you need that I can like gather for you? I also have a very large home if you need somewhere to rest.
She looks at Dracera and then nods. That would be appreciated. Mostly. Dracera, do you want to tell them? You are the expert here. And they nod. They look a little uncomfortable. Space to work. Maybe something that can hold a lot of magic. Like a crystal. Or something. Doesn't need to be fancy.
Is that above table? Is that something that I could get my hands on as a maker?
Easy. Easy.
Aspen would just, I can take care of that. Let me know how much magic you need it to hold.
Just get the biggest you can.
Do you need, is this like do you need a maker workshop space?
They shake their head. No, not really.
Well, I have an art studio in my home. You can look and see if that's enough space. If anything, we'll figure something out for you.
Is there anything, you seem a little uncomfortable. Is there anything we can do to make you more comfortable in the moment? One uncomfortable person to another?
I don't know what to call her. Because she's not the king anymore. The one previously the king.
Previously known as.
Previously known as the
The
king.
artist formerly known as.
Actually answers you. This is the first time Dracera has left. They are not as social as I am.
Got it. I will also, as an aside to Helia, just ask. Anything you want to say? If you want to go give him a hug, we can make that happen too.
No, it's okay. It's nice to see them again. But I'm glad they're doing okay.
Me too. And it is sincere, if quiet.
I'm gonna roll for social skills really quick.
Okay.
It's a 0. Ray sort of like looks at Dracera and he's like, the other you actually had a plant nursery here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and a roommate and sorry.
Okay.
It's a lovely community garden, so if you need to spend some time amongst some greenery while you're here, that's a good place to do it.
Her Highness and I did check out that community garden, actually, recently.
I'm glad.
And she, cuts him off, and she's like, don't call me that.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
My responsibilities have gone on to another.
Ooh.
While I am sure it is a difficult transition, it must be nice to be able to travel. I imagine that while you were in your previous position, it was difficult to leave.
This is my first time leaving Emerin.
Welcome to
Welcome.
Saturday.
Thank you. But as Dracera was saying, we actually have seen the community garden already. It's very beautiful. We prevented your friend from taking over, actually.
I was wondering.
I see.
Gently.
Yes.
It was gentle, I promise.
songbirds so afraid. They are moving and feeling threatened. So, but it was a good thing, if they were being pushed towards the community garden, it's very best that they didn't get held there.
She nods. Glad we can be of assistance, and hopefully we plan on staying here for a while. At least I plan on staying here for a while.
Lace is like drinking her drink, like very like not huddled in on herself, but just like very intent because she does not like this feels like a larger conversation than she is able to like empathize with. Like she has never ruled a half world and given it up and passed it on to somebody else and had I guess she technically did have an alternate life path, but I think like she does the straw thing where it like makes a noise, and I can't do it with this because it's too full because my coffee arrived. But it's like a very awkward noise, and she goes, "Sorry, I was just." It's very nice to see you. I know it must be very strange to be here. And I think she is looking at Drusera specifically. But for what it's worth, when we met you here in the alternate timeline, you were very kind to us. Even though your shop did try to eat us at one point, but that, we don't hold grudges about that. It's fine. But we had a very nice dinner. And I think you are going so far above and beyond what we could have expected you to do to help us. So I want you to know that we are... I can't speak for all of us directly, but I'm going to anyway, because... why not? I got stabbed, Anyway, it's nice to see you, and we are very grateful for your assistance.
Drusera kind of just like awkwardly nods at you, like the quiet "you're welcome?" ? And this conversation just kind of happens before the one previously known as the king. I don't know if you have plans, but I don't want to impose any longer. If maybe we can head back to Fartown.
Mm-hmm.
We can start preparing and try to make as little impact in your home as possible, as little intrusion as possible.
Well, please feel at home, and trust me, my home will try to make sure you feel at home.
Okay. 6.5 of you, including Helia. Make your way back to Fartown, where you are all privy to a small it's not an argument. It's just like a little bicker back and forth really quick between Drusera and the one who used to be the king. And you basically all hear them say, "You really need to choose a moniker, or I'm going to keep calling you the king or your highness."
That's fair,
True.
And she's going something along the lines of, "It'll come to me when it comes to me. I don't hear you making any suggestions."
Mayor, is there a price point for this item that I should acquire for them?
I'll look during downtime.
Cool.
Just remind me.
Okay.
Anything else? You would like to have a conversation before we move to the next scene?
I think Lace is making a list of things that they need to research. The list is lengthening by the day.
By the minute.
By the minute. It's a real big library, y'all.
It's a huge fucking library. Also, before we go to the library, I would like to just say something small, out of character, above table, just so I can hurt your hearts a little bit.
Why would you do this?
Varel in Emerin is a term that roughly translates to where the heart is or where the heart longs to be.
Bear.
I mean, it's beautiful, but it hurts really bad.
No.
Damn.
You're welcome.
Now we go to the sad library, except not no.
Aspen would talk to Dracera a little bit, and very awkwardly, but would ask about Emerin and just how it's doing, and making a very valid attempt. Really awkward about it, but is trying.
Yeah, if any of you asked about Emerin, it is thriving. Many, many cycles and plantings have gone by. If you try to get an exact number, it's at least several hundred years. And that has passed on their end. She's going to end up as Varel again, so I'm just going to call her Varel. Varel has not been king for about 2 decades. So
20 years and you don't have a name yet?
Time moves differently, and it's not as needed over there. Okay?
Fair.
They're just like, hey, you.
There are several Helianthuses.
Exactly.
There are a
Really?
lot of them.
I really hope that Ray actually said that to Varel. 20 years and you still don't have a name?
I think Ray wouldn't be able to hold back that exclamation. Like,
Yeah.
If they ask, like Ray's like, yeah, like, so how long has it been? You know, you can't really push this. 20 years?
20 years.
You're muted. You're muted, Gina.
Oh no, I'm not actually saying anything.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying something. I'm like, you're muted, girl.
I'm just mouthing words.
I think probably, I don't know if anybody has anything else to say, so I can wait, but I think as we leave, Lace like elbows Aspen and just turns to him and says, it was a good thing.
Then we dunking on Aspen 3 months later.
I mean, it's very valid. Aspen was pretty atrocious.
I'm saying that you did a good thing.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll feel that way at some point.
It sucks.
I'm glad that they're, able to help us out. At least it all came back around.
Just think how many Helias there are in the world now.
The one I have is plenty enough.
Helia pops up. You love me, but yes, I lived a very long life.
And hopefully a much longer one here with me.
I can't hear that conversation, so I'm just nodding along.
Unless Aspen says they use their ability, you can hear it.
Yeah, you hear my side of it.
Right. So I hear it, but I'm just like nodding my agreement with Helia. Like, I have no idea what Helia is saying. I'm just like, yes.
Gilly's right by default, just always.
Always, absolutely.
We don't hear it. We just assume that.
Helia is Aspen's Jiminy Cricket.
But she won't actually tell me what to do. I just want them to give me all the directions so that I can't make any bad decisions.
She just tells you that what you're doing is wrong. It doesn't offer correct.
The only other thing that Varel has to say or ask is she turns to you, Sophrona. How is the clipping that you took?
It's doing well. It hasn't been a very long time here. It's only been, 3.5 months. So, but I think they're doing very well.
I can feel them somewhere in the city. They seem content and pleased.
That makes me so happy. I can't really speak to. I mean, I do talk to them, but I can't really get anything back. So it really makes me happy.
They're happy with you.
Makes me glad.
Take good care of them and it will take care of you. The plants from Emerin are special.
I can tell.
And she and Drosera will make a little spot for them at your home, Ray, since you have offered your house. And the rest of the mentor's trip is up to y'all. Are you going the same day, or are you going a different day? I think this is more of a question for Sophrona, just for spell prep.
My spell prep.
Yeah.
No, we can do it right now. We can do it today. It doesn't matter.
Okay. Then I will call Short Ray, who offered to help us.
Okay. I'm gonna pull another card. I pulled the adept, which is I pulled another adept card, so I have to pull another card. Okay, thank you.
Revealing knife. Revealing knife.
I already pulled that.
Again.
I can't.
Just magically.
But what if you did, though?
Okay, so you call up Short Ray, and she says she'll meet you in Rive River. So that means you need to go back to Rive River where you got stabbed.
I did, in fact, get stabbed.
You got stabbed at Rive River, but you also... Wait, no, you didn't get stabbed at Rive River. You got stabbed in the Palindrome.
Palindrome, yes.
Oh, yeah, I guess we were technically somewhere else. We went to Rye River to get to the Palindrome,
Yes.
right? We went through there.
I can't believe that Rye River is a palindrome, but it is not the palindrome.
No. But yes, you went to the Meriwether Hospital, which is in Rye River, which is also where Thar is from. She's probably gone back home by now. At this point in time, she's healed enough. This is where Aspen is talking to Yi Moon. But also, this is also the home of Mentor's Library. On the Red Sun, I have pulled the Eternal Mountain. A value of 4, vision, swans, blades, and water. Meanings, unchanging, solitude, memory, eternal, and long life. The mountain stands alone and unchanging. It always has and always will. Some find this compelling. Others, terrifying. The mountain sees all and never forgets what it has seen. Eternal Mountain is the location card of the Visions family. Green magic is enhanced and pale is hindered. So, Mentor's Library is actually located underground. In order to access it, there is a square in Rye River, just like a hop, skip, and a jump away from Long Park, which is where one of Songbird's flesh has settled down. What?
It just sounds weird when you say
I
it
love
like
it.
that.
The plant flesh.
The plant flesh. Okay. But
Body horror.
the Mentor's Library, there is a square. A square as in like shape and like the noun with a clock tower in each corner, each showing a different time. And actually, as you get closer, you hear a couple people argue, being like, no, the northwest clock tower is the correct time. And then someone else is arguing, no, it's the northeast, and so on and so forth. And there is a small entrance leading underground, which leads to the largest library in Saturnine. It is said that this library has every book. You would also know that this library has a staff of about 500 librarians, and that it says it stretches for miles or maybe ever vertical, south, like down vertically, or northwest, east, north, south, east, west, forever. It is so large that people have gotten lost and have lived and died and procreated, and their descendants are now living there, and they have been termed the people of the stacks. So there's just like a whole little economy down there.
That is so cool.
Your face, Victor.
No, it's because today I listened to an SCP like dramatic reading literally about the IKEA. And I'm just like,
What?
Oh my god.
so there's I'll tell you about it after the game. But
Okay,
there is
tell me later.
SCP called a totally normal IKEA, which is
Not normal,
the
obviously.
library. Yep.
IKEA is a liminal space, and
It is. It absolutely is. I love
Yeah.
liminal spaces.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You wouldn't love this one.
Listen, I love liminal spaces, and I would be in trouble if I ever got caught in one. An actual
go.
one.
Yep.
Anyway, back to the point at hand of Mentor's Library. There is a very, very large set of stairs leading underground, which lead to eventually a huge set of double doors with the insignia of Mentor's Library, which is just a bunch of interlocking squares. 17 to be exact. In this just elaborate design. And as the four of you approach, the doors slowly open at your approach. And you are all just hit with that book smell.
Well, this is a lot.
Shall we divide and conquer?
I'm a little concerned about that.
No, Ray is like, we got told that we would get lost in here forever.
I think
We need to stay
everyone
together.
should have a study buddy, at least.
Should stick together.
That's probably the best.
My look of
Course of
horror
action.
on my face when you wanted to split up. Oh my god.
I think
This
it
is-
would be so cool.
I think it would be funny if someone just wasn't there for the finale because they got lost in the library
Let
and
me
just
become-
lived there now.
You want
Let
to
me
become
become one of the people of the staff.
you want to make your clothes out of books
New
and
arc.
paper?
Hell yeah.
New arc, become people of the set.
You can. I will not stop you. If you really want to get lost.
That'll be my epilogue.
Accept me.
Is there a librarian nearby?
There are many librarians nearby. Either one, there's one up in the front desk if you wanted to check out a book. But you also see a lot stacking books, organizing, assisting other library goers.
I think
What do-
Lace. Oh, sorry, Aspen, go ahead.
No, please.
I think Lace will kind of look at Aspen and then look around and pick one that doesn't look terribly busy or at least looks sort of bored with what they're doing. And kind of confidently attempts to stride up to them. And says, "Hello, I'm wondering, I'm not sure if there's a reference desk we should be going to, but I was hoping that you might be able to help us narrow down a search area."
This individual, oh god, I haven't needed something like this in sessions. Oh my god, because y'all have just been going for it. Okay.
We've been doing all the things.
Yeah, you really, really, really have. You approach like a very average looking man. And as you get closer, they're ticking like a clock.
Hi.
He turns to you and looks down. Yes. What can I help you narrow down for you? What are you looking for?
I think first we want to know about how to depower magical creatures.
Well, I can tell you right now, I'm not going to be able to help you. My specialization and responsibility is about weather systems.
Okay. Could you perhaps point us to someone who might be able to help us?
Yes. Wow, my randoms names list is out of date because I have Dremta, Haven, and Tweak still on my unused name portion of it.
It's okay. There's a lot of people. There can be more than one person named Tweak. It's fine.
No, but I'm not going to do that. I also had Times and Roman still up there a while back. And I'm just like, Mare, what are you fucking doing? You're not being organized. He
Give
looks
yourself some grace.
It's fine. I'm a
I'll
little
pull you.
disorganized. I'm pulling half the shit out of my ass. It's fine. That's just what GMing is.
Mhm.
He looks down at you. I believe Holonis is the one you might want to look for in terms of, you said angels, entities.
Yeah, angels, entities, powerful entities. We also will want to look into, and I think Lace isn't really sure if she should lower her voice for this, so she just goes like, demons of darkness. Which definitely makes it sound worse.
I don't know who's in charge of that section, but it has to be near the Holones section.
Sure. And then I think Lace turns to the group and says, anything else we want to get a preview on while we're here? I think that covers most of what we're looking for.
I think so.
Onward.
Is there any map to point us to Holones, or do we get to wander?
So, this man who introduces himself as Icarus gives you...
That's not metaphorical at all.
Gives you a stack number, which is... Hold on. 100-111. I'm going to write that down. And gives you and points you in a direction. That way. Just keep going.
Lace has complete faith in the process and is gonna walk in that direction.
So for me, you can do this in character or out of character. I need to know a couple things. One, the first one is, what are you looking for exactly? And two, I would like to know before next session what your plan is in trying to fuck up Dremta.
Well, that will depend on the information that we find.
But I also, in order to like know that information, I need to know like what you're looking for, because there's you had a lot of options.
So I was thinking that we're probably gonna use the pin that we didn't use.
And Cumber's triangle.
Yeah.
I can.
To hold Dremta for a second. And I think use whatever, like a knowledge. I'm going to stop because Gena was saying something.
I can. I do have a secret in which I can... Well, no, actually, I'm not going to do it because it makes Mare's life hard.
No, fucking do it!
Do it.
No, because it's like then it requires you to come up with what we're doing.
Let me... You talking...
Oh, is it one where it's like...
Again.
You come up with the best possible plan for the situation or something like that?
Yeah, no, it's... I can, if I can figure out between two conflicting statements, which would be the... Let me read this.
Bellomancy.
Yes. I write two different statements on small pieces of paper, and then I can, between those two, by shooting at an archery target, figure out which one is the divined truth.
Okay, that is absolutely helpful to us because we can for sure find out whether, well, once we know.
Yeah,
if
I need to first figure out what we're going to do.
Yes. That I think that doesn't put it entirely on Mare because we have to get to
come
the
up with
point
your
where
own
we have
shit.
the two.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
Yes.
I just don't want to put it on the table so that we could like, is it better to kill Dremta? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna. I'm not trying to divine that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't gonna make any choices. It's gonna be up to the cards.
Yeah,
That's true.
so,
Fantastic. But
Fuck you,
Mare, I
Anna.
think the idea is to trap, and then when trapped, either murder or free.
So I have sort of an idea about that too. Because
Yes.
one of my practice weaves now is the net. And I'm wondering if I can hypercharge my net with another aggregate to make it impervious to like magical teleporting. So Dremta can't just like fuck right off. So I'm wondering if that could be like a keeping them still thing while we, because my research or at least my conversation with Ray.
Oh, Short Ray
Ray.
is there is also. Fuck, I forgot.
oh, that's right.
Short Ray's here, and Short Ray had said when we talked that she believed that there was a spell. There was probably a spell to like take power away from. I think even if it's temporary, right? It could be temporary or permanent, but what we need is like a removal, like extract the CD from the CD holder.
So, zoop, shoop, shoop. As you begin walking deeper into the library, she's like, hey, hey, did you forget about me? And she starts trying.
No, I would never forget about you. Your legs are just shorter than mine.
So
Fair.
can I do a quick, since we're starting to talk about, I presume we're starting to talk about this like while we're walking.
Yeah.
Could I do a quick Vision of the Nemesis casting to check if Dremta is spying on us at this exact moment?
Yeah, I can definitely pull a card for that. On the Gold Sun, I have pulled the Enticing Jewel. Vision, swans, blades, water, value of 2, meanings, greed, money, beauty, goals, and success. La-da-da-da-da. When you spy on Dremta, they seem to be patching up the cracks in themselves.
Not paying attention. Okay.
Get good, scrub.
I will. It seems that Dremta is occupied because of our what Ray had.
Wait,
Good.
did you assault an angel?
Yeah, I'd do it again too.
She raises her hand up for a high five. Get that dick. Fuck him up.
Yeah.
I had a completely different interpretation.
Yeah,
of
that's
that
why I had to
phrase.
say. That's why I had to add "fuck it up."
I had to think about it for a second.
Hell yeah.
Get that dick.
No.
No, but I understand.
Thank you, no.
Yeah, I probably could have worded that better. Sorry.
I mean, we could distract Dremta with a kiss while we're trying to trap him.
I did that once with a tree and it worked
Literally.
out well.
So we're looking for the spell that you had mentioned, Ray.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here. I don't know what the best you guys know. I'll know about the situation better than I do, so I'm just kind of letting you just tell me what I can help with and research.
I feel like in all cases we would need to know that. It feels like step one of all plans, and then after that is when it's how it diverges. I will also remind everybody that I can read books in a minute.
Oh, that's
as long as
right.
I'm holding them. So that will cut down literally everything. It will take me. It's a cantrip, so I can do this, no cost. But as long as I'm holding a book for 1 minute, I can read the entire contents as if I had read the entire thing.
You're a nerd.
Fucking radical.
You're a Vizsla, you're a nerd, of course, but you're a really big nerd, Vance. you.
My entire character build is about knowing things.
This is all in character for Ray.
Yeah.
Just calling you a fucking nerd to your face.
Very proud of it. So yeah, that would cut down on any time that we would need to spend here.
We just gotta get in the right section.
Okay. What are we doing? Okay, we gotta get the spell.
Yeah, what's step
And
one?
what are we doing after?
What's the spell? Step one.
Step one. Figure out whatever the spell that Short Raid mentioned.
Oh, the one that power down a la
Yes.
Aang against Ozai.
Yes.
From that documentary, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I feel like that'll be useful in like all cases. You know? Like in case the other one doesn't go well, it would be nice to have that. In all
Sure.
cases. Past that, whether we're like going on like stabby stab or like figuring out, I feel like we need to figure out a way on. Again, it's like, what is the end goal here? We need to figure out. Okay,
I think short term is stopping Dremta from murdering us, which necessitates taking away the power.
Yeah.
And hopefully disconnecting whatever power or influence this hypothetical demon of the dark has over the angel.
What about a demon of the dark?
We're not quite sure, but it could be influencing our porcelain BFF.
That sucks if that's the case.
Yes.
Is there a way to determine that? How would we determine that?
How would you determine that?
I mean, Ad Estrella didn't seem to said it was kind of like you couldn't confirm it really. If
Sure.
there's,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Aspen would ask if there's.
No, sorry.
Mare?
I'm gonna let you finish first. I had one thing that it's one of those things that I came up with after I said something during downtime, and so I never said it in downtime for a reason because it didn't exist yet. So I'm gonna let you finish first, and then I'm gonna pop back in.
I was just gonna say Aspen would probably ask just as a starting point, demons in the dark, and then figuring out how to take care of them. If we are gonna follow that route, how to kill one.
So the thing in that wasn't mentioned during downtime because it just didn't happen. Hold on. What are dates? What are fucking dates? It's fine. My brain did not connect things, and I connected them later. So, Sifrona, one of your bullet points had you watching
yes.
Dremta looking over a blood red wooden box
Yes, that's right.
in a library. In the vision, that it was not mentioned because I am a fool and didn't tell you because I forgot that mentors was a thing. The symbol on some of the bookcases in the vision match the symbol of mentors.
Oh god. I feel like she would not have realized that until like she's standing here just now and she's like, oh, hold on,
The big
guys.
symbol
Hold
on the
guys.
fucking door in your face.
She's not super observant. Wait, hold on, guys. There's a box here. It's like a box in here somewhere that Dremta had put. I just realized this. It's
Did Dremta put something in there or take something out of it or
I don't know. It's not. It's the time I cast it is not always. Yeah, it doesn't say here. It's like looking into the. Yeah. What I saw was he was leaning over the box, looking in it, like there was a ceramic heart in it. I don't know if they was checking on it or something. I don't know. But did put it back, so it's still here.
Is Dremta made of ceramic? Isn't that how?
Yeah, I keep switching to either ceramic and porcelain. I don't remember which one it is. It's one of those two.
Thought it was porcelain.
Probably
like those creepy little dolls.
That's a good way to remember it. Porcelain. It's porcelain.
so
Probably
there
find
is
the box.
if it's still here.
Were there any other?
A few days ago.
Is this like a place with safety deposit boxes?
No.
Is that okay?
Are there
That's a
any
bank.
defining features on the box, Sifrona?
It was blood red.
Like a Dewey Decimal System number?
I mean, I didn't get a good angle on that.
I'm gonna go
Not.
ping a librarian.
It just is like the perspective was over Dremta's shoulder, so.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
did
know.
see
I
some
gotta-
fungi on the shelves. Like mushrooms, fungi. They looked a little damp, so they're probably on a lower level.
I like how you said some mushrooms, fungi, because I did think of you saw like a little dude, just a really fun
Just a
guy.
fun guy.
Fun little
Yeah.
Fun guy.
So one of the
Just vibing.
quirks is if you say fungus, you burst into tears or something like that, or mushroom or something like that. A friend of mine took that in the first game, and it was so funny because she would tear up. Her character would tear up when they heard "fun guy." It was great.
That's
That's
awesome.
very good.
I will mention all of that. Some fungus, mushrooms. If anybody has the ability to look for that, might be on a lower level.
I'm gonna go
Also,
ping a librarian.
yeah, perfect. Ping a librarian. This one is made out of water.
Delightful. Hi.
Hello.
Where would I find some bookshelves with some fungi growing on them?
Couple levels down. Starts to get damp.
Tend to be localized around one spot, or is it across multiple levels?
It's just the deeper you go, the damper it gets.
Any of them have a nice fancy wooden box?
They look at you weird.
Um,
Maybe some of like sections about trees. Not my section. It's not my section, but there's a lot of books that are bound in wood.
how do we go down?
Now they just give you a look. The elevator or the stairs?
Perfect. I would turn back to Sophrona. Sophrona, could you identify what mushrooms or fungi they were?
Could I?
I don't know.
Good
You can roll an
question.
intelligence check.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Plant knowledge?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
this
you
is
have
going to be a
your
lot of
hidden
like
knowledge.
this is going to be like a lot of searching because Mentors is huge, so it's just going to be a
Yeah.
lot of puzzle solving.
I do have 2 levels in horticulture as a skill.
Yeah. Well, even though I don't think that's the same as like fungus, but
Yeah,
yes.
I gotta look up. how
you
that-
can you
look
can
up-
you can apply it.
All right, that's 3. That's +3, baby.
Yeah, I have 2 levels in horticulture. An intellect check. I will spend. Let's spend 2 bene, intellect bene on this.
So you
Oh wow.
got a +4 or 5?
It's
5 with hidden knowledge, 4 with no hidden knowledge.
Oh no, I'm not gonna spend 2
Okay.
knowledge. I don't have a lot to begin with.
Go Beans.
Okay.
Why am I rolling 2 dice? We need 1. That is a 3 on the die. So I think that's +4.
7?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a 7. Yeah, I will say you don't. I'm not going to come up with a name with it because it's
Yeah.
a saturnine fungus. But you know that this is a fungus that lives in like very damp places that specifically feed on literature.
Oh god, that's everywhere.
That's cool as hell.
However, this specific, what's different about these fungi is that they change different colors depending on what kind of literature they're consuming.
Okay.
So, I will say the one that you saw was a very like dusty gray dripping with black, kind of similar to there's a specific mushroom that kind of looks like is a real life mushroom similar to it. I don't remember what it is called off the top of my head. And that color is where it is consuming tragedies or other sad works.
We're looking for some I will relay all that.
I'm gonna ask librarian. I want a book that'll make me cry. Give me a tragedy.
Telephone game.
Had a really, really shitty time the last couple of weeks.
Might I suggest ice cream?
Haven't gotten there yet, but I'll add it to the list.
You can go down to the 4th level. It's about where it starts getting wet. You have to check some of the shelves, but I think it's like on the west wing.
Ooh.
Thank you, my friend.
Also, could you give us directions to insert name of person we're supposed to be looking for to talk about angels and
Pilates.
Alonis. Yes.
That's right on the first one.
They point in a direction which is on this floor. If you
okay.
want angel stuff.
But I just want us to know where we're going. That's the
Yeah,
plan.
yeah.
I'm gonna look to the group again and say, divide and conquer.
Now it's a good idea. It was a bad idea when we got here.
saying.
It was
Now
a bad
it's a
idea
good
when we got
idea.
here, and now it's a good idea.
And Aspen honestly would just be like, if we need to capitalize on this time when he's not looking
Okay.
Yeah.
to be efficient.
Yeah, all right. I'll stick with Lace.
Yeah.
It's like
And you two
Lace
check
and the
out the
Rays.
box.
Yeah,
Lace
Lace
and the Rays
and the Rays, which is a great band name.
Yeah.
Lace and the Rays. Oh, beautiful.
we are cow race themed. We have little boop noses.
Okay, where do we want to go first?
I want to follow this box.
Yeah,
Drama.
follow the box
Okay,
first.
so Sophrona and Aspen first. You taking the stairs? You taking the elevator?
Wait, we're staying on this floor to go
No.
find Helonus, right?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it was vice versa. I thought you two were going for the box.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
I
I think
thought
I
it
need
was
to
also
go.
vice versa because
I need to go.
Sophrona
I need
wanted
to go
look
find
at
the box.
Oh, because Sophona's the only one who really knows what it looks like.
Yeah.
Where
So
does
Aspen-
Aspen want to go?
Where does Aspen want to go?
Aspen will go wherever. I am realizing now. I thought you were talking about who, like, I didn't know you were talking about which scene are we going to first. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
We'll go to
okay.
the box.
Okay.
I understand now.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
I adore you.
Elevator, stairs.
Aspen's lazy as fuck.
Yeah. It's like
Elevator.
elevator.
Okay.
No.
Probably riskier because it's magical, but we're gonna take it.
So the four of
My
the
love's not lazy to take the elevator.
It's
Please
not.
enjoy the movement.
Yeah. The two of you enter the elevator. They are the very old-fashioned, the iron doors close with the fancy curvature. It's really pretty. Two of you enter, hit the 4th floor button, B4 for basement because it only goes down. It does not go up. And you descend. As you descend, you begin to hear the sound of trickling water, and the humidity in the air increases. And eventually, when you reach the bottom basement floor 4, the iron gates open, and you see a lot of bookshelves, as always. But you also hear water, and you see the reflecting lights that are the lanterns that are just scattered everywhere, reflecting on the surface of just small creeks running everywhere.
Ooh. I didn't think I was going to enjoy this option, Sophrona, but this is beautiful.
It's very exciting. Based on the level that Dremta was putting the box, would it have been at Dremta's eye level, shoulder level,
If it's not going to be your eye level, it's probably going to be closer to Ray's eye level.
Yeah. Yeah. I was imagining Dremta's eye level, so
Yeah.
it's what, 7 feet up?
Something like that. It's tall. Fucking tall.
I'm glad I prepped what I did then.
Yeah. So you can start heading. This one is actually kind of semi-labeled. There's couple of... Oh my god. I haven't been to a library in so long. The card system. The shelves.
The little,
Decimal.
yes.
Yes. You can start looking through there to at least get a general idea of what sections you can get to and where they're situated. But tragedies are going to be a little ways in.
We should probably do our best to keep track of where we go so that we can get out of here.
Yes.
I don't have a nice ephemera for that anymore.
Well, if we just go in straight lines, hopefully.
I trust you.
The thing is, even if you're in straight lines, everything looks
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But as you do start walking, you hear footsteps in the water, scuttling of small rodents, maybe, question mark? Occasionally you hear the sound of, it's not a bird, but it's maybe sound more like the ruffling of pages, fluttering and flying.
This place is cool as hell.
I love Mentors is so cool, y'all. We can spend literally a whole campaign in Mentors.
This is so cool. Yeah, I guess we just head directly to tragedies.
Yep.
Unless there's anywhere that you want to stop off on.
We're just gonna focus. Not get lost. Else run is creeped out, so straight to it.
Cool. I want you all to make a navigation check.
Ow. What would that be?
There's going to be it'll be some kind of intellect check. It'll either I can argue either perception or intellect for a navigation check based off of whichever argument. But there will be a navigation check and a type of searching check to find the box. So just keep that in mind for your resources.
I'm gonna make mine a perception check. And
I only need one person to navigate. It doesn't need to be both.
I'll spend 2 bene on it.
Perception?
Yeah.
Oh, I should have also pulled a new card for technically a new scene. So on the Invisible Sun, I have pulled the Lucky Coin. Notions, cats, clocks, and wind. Ardents have a +1. Meanings good fortune, wealth, freedom, unexpected luck, and unstructured. Silver magic in his hands, gold is hindered.
It's a 3 on the dice for a 5 total.
You're not lost, but it's gonna take you a second if you need to get somewhere quick. You know the direction you would need to go, but if you need to get somewhere super quick, you might be hindered.
Is there, like, if I needed to go directly through, are these bookshelves, like, completely solid things, or are there, like, cracks and crevices that I could kind of sneak through? I have an ephemera that would help me.
They are bookshelves lined up next to each other. So there are, like, stacks of bookshelves, one and then another one, and there are cracks between those.
Okay. I'm going to turn to Sperna. I mean, it would only get me there, which seems a little bit useless since you have the vision. So we could take our time, or if you feel like there's some way that I can get there and then signal to you or guide us through.
I think we should worry. Well, we should get there first.
Okay.
Not catastrophize yet.
Sophronia,
I guess-
so good.
I was just going to say that we will take the scenic route.
Sophronia, I'm assuming you're still leading the way, or at least gently.
Yes.
While Aspen is making sure you don't get completely lost. You
Yes.
do, as you pass like bookshelves and such like that, eventually you come to, this isn't where you need to be, but on one of the wooden shelves, there is a very sharp rock embedded into the bookshelf. And on the page, just in general, it looks like it was a page ripped out of a book, is just like some kind of like circle and a couple like dashes on it. And it's just like stuck there.
Does it look familiar in any way, or does it look like written?
Like you can read the words. It looks like it was a book. It was a page ripped out of a play of some sort.
Huh. So suspicious.
Some catch your eye?
Yeah, it's this. I pointed out.
How high up is it?
Yeah, how high up is it?
About eye height for Aspen. But
Does it look
easily
magical?
seeable by other short folks too.
Should I touch
So,
it?
so scared of this thing.
I could touch it.
I don't know. This place is creepy.
I would trust you to get me out of a bad situation.
So trusting of you. So much faith.
Should I not?
I don't know. Hold on.
This is like
Did I
the
prep-
D&D door question when you're checking
Yeah, it's
for
the
traps.
D&D door question. It's like, is this a trap or not, or is this just like setting?
What are you
We have
doing?
not
What are you
seen-
doing?
And we have not seen anything like this elsewhere.
This is the first time you've seen it here.
I'm gonna like take a little bit of space from Sophrona and I'm gonna touch it.
It's
Oh,
paper.
God.
It's paper with an ink symbol on it.
I'm gonna
That's it.
pull it
No-
down.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
I want to try to like not tear it, but I want to be able to like carry it with me.
Yeah, you can do that.
Awesome. Onward.
Keep walking.
We haven't died yet.
All right. Sophrona, I'd like you to make a search check because eventually you do make it to where these inky black mushrooms are that are leaking ink, that are just feeding on the literature sorrow of books. So I'd like you to start making a search check to see if you can find this box.
Okay. Is that an intellect check?
It'll be an intellect. No, it's a perception check. It's a perception check. Sorry.
Perception check. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, because perception in this system is all types of perception, whereas it's visual,
Okay.
auditory, physical, so on and so forth. It's all lumped into one.
Okay. I have 4. I'm gonna spend 3 bene for that.
3 bene. The lucky coin does have ardence right now,
So that's me.
so you get a +1. Do you have does someone have a search skill? I feel like someone has a search skill, or am I misremembering?
I do not.
Okay.
Not me.
Never mind then. Never mind.
Mine is
swimming.
like I have the Weaver thing of identifying
That's not it. Nope.
stuff.
Oh my god, I rolled another 3.
But that was a +4.
Yes.
Oh fuck, I needed to look something up. I never have this open when I need it open because just like I hate my organization skills. It's fine. There is specifically something in. Yeah, so no, this is good enough. This is good enough to find it. Level 7 was what you needed. On a bookshelf, outside of your eyesight, you see you barely just see it. You're even too short to get it. You need to get like a step stool. You need to climb the shelves, but you see this blood red box that Dremta was looking at some point.
If I can see it from the ground, right? Can I see it from the ground?
Yeah, barely.
Okay. I don't need to climb anything because I have the Lassen's Eager Grasp
Hey.
that I can cast so that an unattached, unattended, inanimate object within short range flies into my empty hand. It must be something I can normally hold and lift with one hand, so if it's too big, I'm about to find that out. But
It's just barely fits your hand. Like you're gonna have to catch it with your second hand to like not drop it.
awesome.
This blood red box gets yoinked from the shelf into your hands. And then you both hear
Uh-oh.
a language you don't understand
Uh-oh.
and yelling.
Oh, fuck.
And then we're going to go to the raise and the lace.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Ray, and Lace. You are going to look for Holonis when looking about for angel stuff, right? Or are
Yes,
you looking for angel? What specifically are you looking for angel stuff?
So
Or-
first, I think it's more. I guess it is specifically angels that we're looking for, but it's more like stripping
Okay.
beings of their power,
So you're
right? Or
looking for
dampening
magic.
it.
You're looking for
Yeah.
magic. Okay.
Yeah.
So before it was you were asking about entities in general, and that's what they told you. You need to go see Holonis. Eventually, you do see this individual named Holonis. They are reading on the job. And I like sticking with the elemental theme. The other person was water. This one is a wisp of wind, just kind of condensed into a small form. And they look up at you.
Hi.
Sup.
I think Finnair, like sort
Yes.
of just like bolts.
I forgot about
right out of like as if Finn was always there. Out of thin air comes Finnair.
I love
And
Finnair.
just flies towards this wisp to get like almost like it keeps dissipating and then like swims towards it and keeps dissipating, almost like a dog playing in a sprinkler.
What kind of
Oh,
happens
no.
is like what kind of happens is like this individual named Holonis like leans forward a little bit and Finnair gets really close and they both do like little nose kisses.
Oh. And Ray just laughs and is like, sorry, that's Finnair. My familiar.
Hello, Finnair.
We were hoping that you could help us.
We're looking to
for-
fuck up an angel.
Yeah.
Essentially, yes.
Holonis closes the book. Oh, I need to pull another card. Just to at least get the
Yes.
thing. This is the Blind Guardian. Silver magic is enhanced twice because we have made the whole circle around on the board, and we have made it to the Silver Sun again.
Cool.
So blind guardian, vision, swans, blades, and water, safety, impartiality, serenity, blindness, and challenges. Silver magic is enhanced, gold is hindered. All right, so fucking up an angel. Yeah. I know a lot about angels, or at least where the books about angels are. You're not gonna tell me.
Great. We're looking specifically for something to dampen or take away the power of a powerful being like an angel.
Okay, that's just on the outside periphery of my section.
Okay.
You're gonna have to look. I mostly deal about knowledge of entities, not necessarily how to fuck entities up.
If it's any consolation, this one is a real dick.
Not my not my circus, not my monkeys.
That is a very healthy attitude.
We were also told that like demons of the darkness would be in New Year sections as well.
It's near my section. It's not my section.
Yes.
Sure.
It's like a couple sections down that way, and they point again.
Great.
Gotcha.
Good luck with your angel problem.
Thanks.
And he gives a little scritch to Finn Air.
I think Finn just sort of like almost like just sort of like the air just sort of like tumbles. So if he's doing a little barrel roll, he ends up on like his belly.
Tumbleweed of air.
Yeah. And then just sort of like float happily.
I love Finn Air.
Yeah.
Great. I love it. I think as we're here, Lace will start to look for the periphery of this section and where like this is how you fuck up an angel, but like fucking up angels, the anthology is what I'm looking for here.
So this section bridges angel section bridges a couple different subjects. It's connected to just entities in general, and then it branches off to either angels, demons, other suns, so on and so forth. But it also is right near magic known by entities. So that's where your best bet is. I am looking at my little spreadsheet right now, and the way someone's going to need to make a search check to find what you're looking for. It might take a while because Savrona ain't here with you. She can't read that in 1 minute. But this is going to be a difficult check. This is going to be either a 7 or an 8 to succeed. This is secret information or very secret information. And it's going to be hard.
So I can use Finnair as my familiar to provide me some aid, I believe.
Level 2, +1 Bene to intellect for a total of +2, I think.
Can I help as well or no?
So mechanically, if we want to do like a narrative help, I would say Ray needs to spend a hidden knowledge for.
Okay. I don't want to make you spend one of those.
We're at the end of the game. I am.
Don't do the video game logic of saving all your potions and not using them, y'all. That's what y'all have been doing.
I mean, that's true. I do always end games with like all of these resources that I didn't spend.
I do this in video games too. It's fine.
Yes. I guess then if Ray wants to spend hidden knowledge, that can be Lace, kind of like weeding out the ones that are. I think her weaver skills are weeding out the ones that are too far out of the realm of usefulness, right? It's just like, nope.
Yeah, and Ray is... I'm happy to spend a hidden knowledge. I think what this knowledge ends up being is actually like one of Ray's few very vivid memories of Shadow. And I think it's this, I think it flashes for everyone, this very thin, sickly looking man who, you know, he doesn't have shoes, his hair is a mess, his skin is dark, like he has like he's wearing like a vest and underneath is like a little binder, And he has a cart next to him, and he has like a large shelf, and he's just sort of like picking up books and just sort of like very intensely staring at the title and then like putting it where he thinks it belongs. And I think that, so like just the little flashback from Shadow, and he's just like, I think you can do this. So I am gonna spend 3 intellect bene, which is only possible because I have my familiar, because they have 2 and I only have 1.
And a hidden knowledge.
We get by with a little
Knowledge.
help from our friends.
Yep.
Okay. So you need to roll at least 3 on the die.
Well, I rolled a 6 on the die.
Yes!
Hey, hey.
I am gonna say it takes some time because
Oh yeah.
yeah, just because you're searching. This, when I say this library is huge, these ceilings on all of the floors are so tall. I am talking like at least 3 to 4 stories tall per floor.
Is it so long that Sophrona and Aspen have already been eaten by the library?
No. Well, yes, but no. They're not eaten by the library.
You don't know that.
I know. It's just, you know.
Speaking of
Fun.
Aspen and Sophrona, though, we're gonna pop back real quickly. Aspen and Sophrona. So, what I need y'all heard this yelling in a language you don't understand. And basically, at the end of the bookshelves of this row of bookshelves, you see 2 dirty looking people wearing books and paper and holding like a stick and a sharpened rock, and they start rushing at you.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna tell Sophrona, take it and run. Take it and run.
Yeah, we're gonna run.
These are the people of the stacks, and I would like everyone, just both of you, to make either do something to like cast a spell or something, but if you don't cast a spell or have an alternative, you're gonna have to make a movement check to run.
Is Sophrona like using something magical to get out of there?
I think the first thing she's gonna do is she's gonna want some distance, so I will cast Perilous Leap.
Yeah, I love that spell.
Yeah, I will just cast Perilous Leap to try and put... I don't want... like... Can we run in the direction we came from?
Yeah, speaking about that, Aspen, you were trying to keep people from not being lost, so you want to make another roll to make sure you don't get extremely lost?
Well, if Sophrona is gone,
Oh.
I have a separate plan. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
would be... I don't know where I'm going, so it's like I'm gonna try to follow you.
Can you take me with you?
No.
Because I am
cannot.
on.
Actually, I'm
I'm
gonna
on
wait
my-
for you. I will wait for you.
Okay. Well, shit.
She will like push you. ahead
Go,
of her.
go.
Yeah. I guess I'm just gonna run because what I can do can only affect me. I am telling Sophrona to like take it and go. If you like either that or give it to me, and I will try to get it out of here. But we got to get out of here.
Wait, I don't want to get lost. I don't know where I'm going.
Aspen, roll 1 check to make sure y'all are going the right way.
I will use. Could it be intellect this time?
Yes.
I'll have to do
See
that.
if you can remember where you need to be. Yes.
I'm gonna spend 3 intellect bene and a.
I need to go back to another card because we've technically changed scenes again. See if this will help
Jeez.
you. Oh, this is the companion card. Duplicates the effects of the last card. So silver magic is enhanced, whatchamacallit is hindered. Stoics have a +1 to their ventures, so it will not help you.
I'm gonna use my use a hidden knowledge as well. I'm just trying to recall what I had seen before when we were coming down here.
So if that's 4.
It's a 5 on the die for a 9 total.
You know where to go.
Beautiful.
You're good.
All right, we're just gonna start running. I'm gonna keep Sophrona in front of me, just in case if I get caught, so that Sophrona can try to get out with the box.
So you're running.
Is the box screaming?
No.
That's what I thought.
So we just gotta make sure.
That's what I also thought.
So I was
No.
like, oh no.
I did think about trapping it though.
Yeah, she wouldn't.
Okay.
I thought about this. Soprano did not.
Okay, but you're running. You're running.
Yes.
Aspen, you know to where to go. You are backtracking. And eventually you pass where the paper with the symbol on it was, and you pass that. And eventually, if you look back, they stop right there. But they don't follow you past that point.
I don't know what we did, but it worked. Keep running, Soprano.
They were marking their territory.
Yeah.
Fucking kids in my
Oh,
fucking
man.
lawn, in my goddamn lawn bookcase.
You can go up the elevator. You know the section where the Rays and Lace went, and you can reconvene.
Without a screaming box. The box is not screaming.
The
That
box
was
is
fun.
not screaming. Y'all
I
are a
really
little
thought
wet.
it was. I was so scared.
Y'all are a little wet from splashing in the creeks. It's probably great for Sophrona.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Can I take a peek? Can we unhinge the box a little bit? Make sure this is worth it?
If you want to.
I'm looking at Sophrona.
Yeah. Inside is a porcelain, anatomically correct heart.
Beautiful. Set on fire.
Okay.
Right now?
No. But soon.
There is a
Very
no
soon.
smoking rule in the library.
I mean, fair.
But does it smoke? Does it give off smoke?
Oh, that's cool.
That is really cool.
But do you reconvene with everyone else eventually?
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all are probably fucking reading.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Ray's
got the
like,
thing.
oh, I'm glad. You guys look out of breath.
Hi.
And
I
wet.
got chased about a bit.
Yeah. It was fun though.
Taste?
By what?
Don't worry about it.
Wait, was it the people of the stacks?
It was.
What did you do?
We got caught.
Yeah. On their front
Okay.
lawn.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're not stabbed.
Oh,
Is
that
that
might
what
have
they
been
do?
fun,
That was one time.
I didn't mean it that way. But I'm glad you did not get hurt by the people of the stacks.
Yeah. Same. Is there anything that we can read to help you guys process quicker? And
Like
I will
these,
jump in.
so I've narrowed it down to this half of this bookshelf, but these 3 shelves.
With the assistance of everyone else, you do find a spell that can temporarily, I'm not going to give you full power of yeeting someone's magic out of them. You do
Yeah.
find a spell. It's actually more of a, there's a specific word for it in the setting. A monograph. It's not a spell. It's kind of like a ritual, or it's a step-by-step spell. It's called a monograph on how to temporarily get rid of someone's magic. I will write that up at some point and give it to y'all before next session. And you also found this heart, which I will give you more information before next session.
Oh man.
Good.
And I think, if it's okay with you, I know we're wrapping up for today, but I want to make sure we look up the demons, so that could be part of my downtime. Is
Yes,
doing
we can
more on the
do some stuff about downtimes.
All right.
All right. So we're gonna thank you everybody for joining us. We're gonna go around and say hey, hi, howdy, who we are, where you can find us, and we're gonna figure out if we're rating someone tonight. So who would like to go first? And don't forget I know it's the last session, but just give me joy or despair anyway.
Well,
I can jump in.
technically-
Well, it's the
Oh.
last time you would do joy and despair.
Mm-hmm.
I can jump in first. Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. You can find me on Twitter at @upfight_chiffon. Tonight I've been Aspen Thane. You can find me next. Yes to an acumen, because I didn't fight at Estrella. And I think still a despair. Aspen's in the fields today. Next up, you will find me either on Lost Caravan or over on Singularity Roleplay. I'm doing 2 campaigns, one on each. One of them is Fabula Ultima campaign over on Lost Caravan. The other one is it's called Camp Runner's Cross. That is a very, very fun. We're a bunch of queer kids who are at summer camp. We are bringing our lived experience there, and it's a slasher. So we're probably going to start dying next session. But it's definitely going to be a fun time. some, casual horror. But yeah, that's me. I'll be here for the final episode of our Invisible Sun campaign. That's all I got.
Hi, I'm Gilly. My pronouns are she, her, and I have been Lace, whose pronouns are she, they. And I think it is despair for today, but not because anything actually actively worse happened. But I think that even though we're making progress, there is this like lingering pressure for Lace of like, what if we don't get this right? So I'm taking despair, but I don't think it's like because things are worse for Lace. I think she just knows that something big is coming and is afraid that we won't meet the challenge. Or specifically that she won't meet the challenge, I think is her problem. So I'm taking despair. And you can find me at Oh Look It's Gilly on Twitter, and everything there is linked in my bio. On Sunday, I will be facilitating a game of Dialect on Nerds with Dice's channel. It's gonna be super fun. I am like rabidly excited about that system generally. And it's gonna be a great time, is what I think. I'm trying to look up the specific time that it starts. I think it's 8 a.m. Pacific, which means that it is math. 11 a.m. Eastern. It's 3 hours, right? For
3
Eastern.
hours. Yeah.
And convert in your brains for anything else or using the internet. We are raising money for the Transgender Law Center, which is a fantastic cause. And they will, I'm not sure if they're all happening over this weekend. I know that there are multiple games occurring. I think it's all over this specific weekend, but you can find out the specific times of the different games on Nerds with Dice's Twitter, where they have posted promos for them. So we're the Sunday morning game. So I will be bright and early Pacific for that. And then I will be here for the finale of this in 2 weeks. And next week are development. I knew it was a D word. I was like, it's there somewhere. My dev scene, and I think also Tall Ray's dev scene will be going up next week. Later this month, I will be playing in a game that I don't think has been announced yet. The cast have been announced, but I don't think the specific system has been announced as part of Exquisite Corpse's Pride celebration. And I will be at an Oops All Bisexuals table on the 28th. And there is a lot more information about how to donate and what the specifics are on their Twitter, which will also be retweeted on my Twitter. Sorry, this has been like a calendar adventure, y'all. So I'm just like, what is happening in what order? And then in July, I will be doing a series that has also not been announced. It probably actually will go up in August. But stay tuned for that.
Hello, I'm Victor. I use they, them pronouns. You can, today I think Ray got a joy, because that means I can sink 2 crux into thin air before the end of the game, because it's just a crux per level for the familiar. And I think I have done very well on my rescue arc today. So I'm gonna take an acumen for that, for 5 acumen to do on something. I think it takes like 3 days per spell level. I think I can steal a spell or 2. I am on Miss Lost, homebrew D&D campaign, a 5e campaign, where I play the gayest Tabaxi rogue, who is slowly having the entire party fall in love with him to their detriment. And
I love them.
Otherwise, yeah, he's so good. Sin's so good. And otherwise, next Wednesday, I'm not facilitating a game, but I'm going to be a part of like a really exciting Dream Askew game that's going to be on Start Playing on Jupiter's start playing games. Orb Witches at Orb Witch on Twitter. And if you want to play like Dream Askew with me, you should totally sign up too if you can. And they also have another game in the week after, but I can't be there. But like if you want to play Dream Askew, like Jupiter's a great GM. I am very biased, but I also think they're wonderful. Yeah. And that's me. I'll be here for the finale, and I'm gonna cry. I'm probably gonna cry.
Hi, I'm Gena, she, her. I've been Sifrona, also she, her. You can find me on Twitter at _GenaThan on Twitter. I think I just said that. I am also on next Wednesday on the Afterlife Nexus game on Girls Run These Worlds. We are hitting, I think, the last episode of this part. They're done in 4 sessions. I don't remember when the second part starts again, but we're doing that on Wednesday. And then we're gonna go on a break, and then we're coming back for another 4 episodes. So good time to catch up. Yeah, it's that's what I'm doing. Oh, let's see. I forgot I played a whole character. I'm gonna say. I was like so focused on getting this like socials thing right. I will say that I have done things. I have done useful, helpful things for my friends, I think.
You have.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I've done so many helpful things today. And it will be a joy because actually this was really fun. I got to hang out in a library. I got to get a box. I got to be useful. I got to run around and I didn't die. So much fun for me.
That's the best feeling.
Not dying.
Right. And hello, hi, I'm Mary. You can find me on Twitter, Archmage of Dice. For this game, I have one more session. This finale will be on the 22nd, so 2 weeks from now. And next week in the same time slot at 7 p.m. Eastern, we will run the 2 dev scenes that I ran, one with Victor and one with Gilly. Victor's is called Charcuterie Night, and Lace's is called Be the Cobra Chicken You Wish to See. I'm just gonna let you.
We are so on brand, let me tell you.
They are not as silly as their titles.
Mine's is adorable, but also mind the content warnings.
Yes, there is a content warning for that one. It will be run before the session. But anyway, those two. On Saturdays here on the same channel, I play your lovely Soul Knife Rogue Stars Druid Acacia in a Naughty campaign, who is also a 4-legged centaur. And on Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern over on Neon Lights Roleplay, I run a game of Print Weaver called Pillars of Ink, which is a gothic Souls-like game, and I have made my players cry more sessions than not. Also, in general, keep an eye on the Twitter and the channel in general. We have some new campaigns starting this weekend. We have a Triangle Agency, which is like a corporate horror game. It's like a 3-session game in line with their Kickstarter. And then next month we have Vast Grim starting up, also in the same time slot on Sundays, which is a very intense horror game, we'll say. Anyway, we are going to go raid Neon Lights Roleplay. We will see y'all in 2 weeks, and hopefully we'll see you next week for the dev scenes. Bye.
Bye.